Oh, there we go. There it is. I need to adjust that. Because things are getting a little bit different on my end. It's really hard. I want to be asleep by now. Get that. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Of course, I went through all that adjustment, but I actually do need to fix the game a little bit first. First of all, hey. What? Why is this? Hold on. Why is that going over? Okay, so bit of a confessional. One of the things that I did in preparation for really all feature streams is that I got myself a second monitor, got myself an external monitor. But for some reason, when I put it in borderless mode, it pops back to my normal laptop monitor rather than the gaming monitor. That's weird. Don't like that. Maybe if I do that... Nope. I mean, all this looks on stream because it keeps blocking my view of the stream. I'm gonna leave it there, and then I'm going to... I don't know how to get the thing to automatically start in their monitor. I can't just make this... Can't just make the new monitor the main monitor. Since this is a laptop, I need to bring it around with me. No, that just doesn't work. What? That's weird. I got it to work with Bloodstain, no problem. Why is it doing that? Why is that the way we're... I mean, I guess this works. Still fills the screen pretty fine. I have that border, but I can't really do anything about that. It, like, won't let me put it on that monitor, on, like, Bloodstained. That's bizarre. Don't like that. That's something to figure out later. I want to get on with it. I have a strong feeling. So last time, we actually went and finished the final case. So really, all I have... So really, I could just move straight on to the sequel, but... I wanted to do the Escapades. I was told that the Escapades were only covered the first Great Ace Attorney, so I'm down to make this as... So I'm down to see what these are all about now. I really was going to do this last week to be a proper, like, finish for the first GAA before the year ended, but last week I was just not up to it. Jobs suck. Jobs suck, y'all. I definitely got a bit more energy today, and I really want to try out streaming with... So like I mentioned, I got a new external monitor. I also went and upgraded my PC a little bit. This laptop only had a single 8 gig thing of RAM before. When upgraded, got myself 2 16 gigs of RAM. So I've got 32 gigs of RAM in here. Admittedly, it's not quite the earth-shattering improvement I was hoping for. At the very least, Discord still died on me when I was using it yesterday, but some things there are definitely, like, faster and better. I can't tell. I feel like there is also, like, less, like, frame skipping, like, just starting this thing up. Like, starting stuff up is actually, like, way better I think, now. I'm rambling. Let's just move on. Let's just get to the escapades. I've been told, I was told they were like 10 to 20 minutes each. I mean, they're supposed to be like similar to press Windows key plus shift plus arrow key in the direction you want to shift the game to. Ooh. I mean, that definitely changed the screens. Let me see if that actually... That... Now, when I set it to borderless, it does the same thing. I can, like, do that to kind of switch the screens, but it's not quite at the right resolution. It, like, barely covers half the screen for some reason. That's bizarre. Thanks anyway. Thanks for trying, Nix. Also, hello. How you doing? I mentioned it before. I finished the last case last time. Now we're just gonna be doing the extras. The extra escapades, which I've been told are basically like little bonus episodes. I don't know how spoilerish they get, so if this is something you're interested in trying for yourself, which I would very much like to see that. I would very much like to see your thoughts on the Ace Attorney series. I will recommend you stick to the lurk, but at the very least, this first one shouldn't be too spoilerous, I think. I guess I'm here to find out. Let's find out now. I'll find out how to get like proper full screen borderless window on the other monitor some other time. The Episode 1 in the defendant's antechamber. In the first of 8 escapades, Ryunosuke finds 2 troublemaking witnesses from his earlier trial having a battle of words in the defendant's antechamber, leading to a real tongue lashing. This escapade includes spoilers about the first game's story. I'm assuming it's just the first case in this case, so... That's why I'm done with the first game, so... 22nd of November, 3:08 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendant's Antechamber. 5.
Just look at my priceless treasure now! Myself I've scrubbed and scrubbed! But the repellent odor of meat will never be repelled from its resplendent surface again! You're heading back in your position, at least. You should be grateful, old man.
God, it's been so weird, like, going from, like, these two just cameoing in the credits to actually being major.
How dare you!
Excuse me, but I'd just like to get that Zabuton cushion there if I could.
Ah! Rest assured, you miserable military malefactor! This is not over! Incarceration awaits those who would defraud a senior citizen for his priceless treasure! What's your tongue, old man? Mark my words, I will...
Sorry, Sergeant, but I just get a Zabuton cushion there as well.
Oh. I won't go to jail! Never! Imagine if I did! By next day, my boy would starve without the chain of command in place to provide for him. You was a child to protect yourself? Myself, I call that absence and cowardice! Oh really? I just won't employ the old, poor, defenseless senior citizen tactic,
You're gonna find yourself aging pretty rapidly with the kid, trust me.
The only way to fight an enemy is using underhand tactics, so with a tit-for-tat strategy.
Sorry to interrupt again, but I just need to get that Western-style cushion there on the sofa.
Enough of this insubordination! What do you want, man?
Oh, please, don't mind me.
Ah! Do my ass deceive me? Or is this the wide-eyed criminal from the trial before?
Come on! The trial's over! That means we already know I'm innocent! Don't even... Wide-eyed, perhaps, but criminal? No.
What's this unhealthy fascination you exhibit with the seating arrangements of others, Why are you peering into the cushion of this upholstered seat?
Oh, well, the thing is... Any luck? Did you find it? Kazuma! God, it's good to see you alive and well again.
No, sadly not. I don't think it's here, Kazuma.
You really are a liability, Ryunosuke. Alright, since I'm... One thing I also want to do... Or I forget again? That's the wrong one, what? There we go. Just a little warning, I will also spoil other AA games because I love this dumb series. Also adjust this a little bit.
Report! At once! Have you lost something inside it?
My voices might be a little off. I'm coming down with something. Nothing major, but I'm definitely coming down with something. I've been having sinus issues, so my voices are a little off today.
Yeah, that's why.
Yes, we're just on our way to a party to celebrate my friend's victory here when...
I realized that my university pin badge was missing. University pin badge, you say? Yes, for my collar here, you see?
He did have a university pin badge during the first case, but I think that disappeared after the first case. Is this the explanation? We just lose it and never see it again?
Affirmative! University kept in prime condition at all times! A missing badge is unacceptable! I thought if I looked around, it would probably turn up somewhere. Like the old tale of the Koban coin and the steak.
Ryunosuke, please.
A parable of which I am acutely aware. I've exhausted my search now, really. My logical conclusion is that someone must have stolen it. Don't look at me! I don't just find any old metal objects irresistible, you know? I'm not a crow! Imagine what would happen if the little trooper idol here swallowed something like that.
I'm afraid we'll have to give up, Ryunosuke. Still, if you tell the office your student number, they should be able to issue you with a new one. What was your student number again? What's the matter? Don't tell me.
Yes, I don't remember my student number.
I don't believe it. I mean, this is the second time you've lost your badge, isn't it?
Third, actually.
Ryunosuke, I'm going to cut your head off with this sword now. If you didn't think you could remember it, you should have made a note of it somewhere. Told you that until I was blue in the face the last time this happened!
Yes, I do seem to remember someone telling me something along those lines. It was you, wasn't it?
You can't even remember who told you that you need to remember it. Ryunosuke, do you have memory problems? Is this what we're learning? That's not a very good trait to have in this series. I had memory problems one episode and I regretted it.
Well, student numbers are 6 digits, Kazuma.
Who can remember 6 whole digits? 6 digits? Oh no! Not me, who had to like thoroughly memorize my social security number. Yume isn't exactly a long-established university, you know. All of our numbers are still rather low. In fact, they only use the last 3 digits.
Well, that might help, I suppose.
That might help. Ryunosuke, it's only 3 digits you need to remember! Just 3!
Sorry, my brain is such a disappointment.
Wow. Wow. Relatable, but wow.
Yes, well, anyway, young man. Myself, I was greatly impressed with you in the courtroom today.
Oh, you mean me?
What? Loyal Ray, before you even graduated. You're such a loyal friend of this one. What? What does that mean? This one? What's that supposed to mean?
Oh no, I still have much to learn. In fact, that was brought home to me in no uncertain terms only last year. My Achilles heel is spectacularly exposed by my best friend here. Huh?
Did? What? By me? This is the first I've heard about it.
Yes, by Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Forgotten, surely. It was last summer. Speech contest. Also, wait, you shouldn't have memory problems. We made a big whole point about the fact that you have a pretty strong memory. It was literally the crux of the first case. Why is 3 digits so hard? Inosuke. Just bad with numbers. Speech contest.
Speech contest?
Oh, that. Contestants have to take the stage and deliver a public address on any subject they chose. You're competing to give the most compelling and powerful speech.
Yours was great. It made a huge impression on the audience.
Obviously, since I was a budding student of law, I was determined to win. Sure enough, one by one, my opposition fell. I reached the final at last. Came up against you.
Yeah, so you did.
Not being rude, but when I first laid eyes on you, I thought to myself, I'm going to whip his ass. This cheeky, wide-eyed no-hoper's elf is dead. He's going to depth. He's out of his debt. He's finally paid off his debt. Good for him. I'm going to kick his ass now. He's going to be a pushover.
That's your version of not being rude, is it?
I'm incredibly nice. Well, I pay for my complacency, because I brought on that humiliating defeat.
Defeat! How are your ranks compromised?
My speech was going very well, as the audience in the palm of my hand hung on my every word. Then, I came to the very last line.
Yes? What happened at the very last line?
It was supposed to be a climactic end. Fortunately, I completely fouled it up.
Never! You mean you stumbled on your words?
Man, I wouldn't know what that's like. Spectacularly. Even now, I can't believe I ruined it!
Well, what on earth did you say, man?
Inosuke, you better say it. I still can't get my tongue around it.
Sure, of course. I can still recall it perfectly. What you said at the end of your speech, or rather, what you intended to say at the end of your speech, was this. So arise, ladies and gentlemen, and applaud our forefathers playing the fight for filial piety!
Filial piety. I know I've seen that term before, I just don't remember exactly what it meant. Give me one moment.
Filial piety is a Confucian concept derived from Chinese culture, which advocates a set of moral norms, values, and practices of respect and caring for one's parents.
So basically, take care of the old folks. Take care of your old men. All that good stuff. Alright. Thinking of it. Oop. One thing I didn't... You know what? There is one other thing I'm going to try out first. Nope. Alright. Didn't quite work out how... That didn't work out as I was hoping for. Okay. Whatever, no more screwing around with that stuff. You can see this mouse.
And what went wrong? Well, indeed. Myself, I see no problem with the pronunciation of these paltry words.
In that case, old man, I invite you to say it yourself.
Very well, then, I shall. Ahem. So rise, ladies and gentlemen, and applaud our forefathers' plight in the fight for flair Flat.
The tongue twister.
It's impossible!
Arise, ladies and gentlemen, part I delivered perfectly. But the next part had me floundering for a whole 5 minutes. At the end of it, I was on my knees in front of the podium, a blabbering mess.
And that's when the audience started to heckle you.
This guy sucks! He can't do a tongue twister! Guilty.
Rise, arise, they were shouting. Hell on earth.
And then, of course, this man went and delivered his word-perfect speech with a perfect ending. Let it go again.
Let me see. Oh, my dear fellows, that's just as simple. Treat your father and mother with respect. Something like that?
I mean, talk about stating the obvious. Fact is, I lost that speech.
Tongue-tied is the only way to describe it.
Well,
it's quite tricky to say, I agree. That final fight for filial piety, especially.
ever since that day, I've had this question whirling around my head. Why did forefathers choose such an awkward phrase? Was it to mock their children? I mean, it should never have been called filial piety in the flip. Ah!
At least you're going to Great Britain soon. It might not come up much there.
Avoid all those confusing Confucius nonsense. Oh, well, anyway, having lost that cursed contest, I came after you to ask you a question. How is it that you never trip up on your words? I required.
I just don't choose weird wording. I just don't choose wording that turns into a tongue twister.
He just gave me a broad smile and said,
Being fast is my hobby. I mean, really, what kind of a hobby is that? You think you could take your hand off of your sword?
Back away! Back away!
Besides, it's just a way to pass the time.
You never know when talking fast is going to be, good, especially in a law setting. After that, you start talking to me 10 to the dozen, like you were possessed almost. Honestly, you can't imagine the shock I suffered that day. You really can't.
You're right. I really can't, because I'm the one who inflicted on you. Thinking fast is just the sort of hobby I expect a civilian like you to waste his time on. Well, you have to practice, of course, but there are some simple things to start with. Like this famous one, for example. With samurai swords, swipe silently sideways. God.
Oh no, please don't tell me we're just gonna be doing a whole bunch of tongue twisters.
Swipe samurai sword, swipe silently sideways. Sideways. God.
I'm not gonna get caught up in all this.
Ah yes, even the decrepit tongue in an ailing frame such as mine can find its way around that one. I have no doubt. It's just a bit fun, really. I can't imagine anybody would struggle to say it.
Shut up. Screw it up, old man. Screw it up.
Isn't that right, Kazuma?
Oh boy. With Swamu.
Oh! Blabbering mess by word 2. I'm just a samurai. Every good soldier needs to be able to handle a sword. That's why I've been busy teaching idle the final points of swordplay. Not this wordplay nonsense, Private. Come to think of it, not long after that, we started to attend lectures together, didn't we? We got into a debate about family values in the Sukiyaki place on campus. Do you remember?
Yes, your argument was full of jokes and puns and wordplay as usual. I remember it well. Aw man, jokes, puns, wordplay? Sounds like you're on your way to becoming an Ace Attorney writer.
Oh, was it?
In any case, I swore that I would never let myself forget the shock you gave me back then. As a symbol of how seriously I took that oath, I decided to wear this. My red Hachimaki headband. That's why you have the headband blowing in the wind where there is no wind.
Sorry, Kazuma.
Yes.
You've lost me there, I'm afraid. I don't see the link. What does your red headband have to do with your oath?
Because it will always remind me of that smug look on your face as you utter those tantalizing words.
The headband? What words? You mean another tongue twister?
practice and practice until my tongue bled. That sounds concerning. But in the end, I mastered it. Mastered what? Well, I think it's time you heard this, actually. Listen carefully now. Oh, boy. Here goes. Red headband, lit headband, dead headband. There! Word perfect, see? Red headband, lead headband, dead headband. That was not that bad because you repeat one word 3 times. The triumphant music, though. The baby's crying. They hated it. I actually been meaning to ask you about that. About the story behind your headband, I mean. Well, now you know. But I'll never forget the shock and humiliation of that day. That's why I wear this red headband every single day without fail. It will hide the blood when I cut your tongue. Well, I don't know exactly how much of a shock you think you had back then, but it can't be more than the shock you've just given me now. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to have to tell you, but the tongue twister I said didn't go the way you seem to have remembered it. Huh? Just as famous as Swiss Samurai Sword, so I can't believe you don't know it, really. It goes... Red bread pan, lead bread... Oh my god. Red bread pan, lead bread pan, dead bread man. What? Wait, what? Red pan... Ah! Seems like I knocked some wind out of that headband of yours. And yet it still blows. Even though there is no wind here.
It's not too late, Private. You can always stop wearing red bread pan on your head instead.
I think that's also a tongue twister in and of itself. Red bread pan on your head instead.
Your youthful figure is manifest, young man. Your cheeks are glowing redder than your Hachimaki.
Why do so many words be so similar? I can't imagine what this is like in the Japanese version, in the Japanese script. So, looking forward to Great Britain then? Where you'll have to deliver speeches in important English? I suppose, and always shell, she shell. God, shut up! Shell seashells on the seashore. God, get me out of this one. You know, English. That language that's totally famous for not being stupid and unnecessarily complex and all that nonsense. That was the thing. Okay, episode 2, in the first class cabin. In the second escapade, it transpires that another crime was committed aboard the SS Bureau. Stakes are high as Sholmes and strong enough to pursue the culprit. Black. I can't even read. You think I had any chance with tongue twisters? I can't even read. Stakes are high as Sholmes and strong enough to pursue the culprit, but there's more to the crime than meets the eye. Is it just gonna keep me asking me that every time? Probably will. This is January, 6:23 p.m. SS Bureau, first class cabin number 1. Also, yeah, I think that's totally why you just don't have the pen in any case afterwards. You didn't just ditch it because you don't need it anymore. You lost it. Never to be seen again. Almost 2 weeks now since we left Japan. Can't believe how quickly time has gone. So, the next port of call will be Shanghai. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Can't be at this hour. Wait, are we following Kazuma for this one? I guess it would make sense. Ryunosuke is going to be not really active at this time. Stuck in the closet. A detective. Detective? Who? Who you think? Oh wait. Great detective. I'm good. What's a great detective? It would just be so kind as to open the door. Oh yes, sorry, of course. Wouldn't have met. I guess this would be the first time they meet Herlock Sholmes. So give me one moment. Nothing wrong, detective. Are you investigating a case? Wherever a great detective goes, cases occur. Indeed! I am the root of all evil! That is a way to describe yourself, Sherlock. Sorry. I don't think I want you in my cabin. I'm in the middle of crimes. I'm in the middle of committing a crime right now. Please get out. There are very noses of the steamship. A terrible theft has just occurred. What? You noticed, I presume, the power failure a short while ago. Oh yes, the power couldn't have been out for more than 10 minutes, though. Indeed! And there was ample time for this wicked crime to be perpetrated. I see. Well, clearly it's a case that needs investigating. Precisely! The culprit ran away in this direction. Down the first-class cabin passageway here. Really? That thief came this way. I'm quite sure of it. It may have escaped the attention of the dim-witted crew, but not of the great detective. To then, I would be obliged if you would allow me to investigate here in this cabin. Well. I'm curious. Is there some reason why I would inconvenience you to have your cabin searched? Convenience me? Well, I'd be lying if I said no. After all, stowaway in that wardrobe right over there. It's just me in here, you see. No one else. You might perhaps want to focus your attention on one of the other first-class cabins. As it happens, you are the only first-class passenger at present. The other cabins are vacant. Oh. With a rather tragic rumbling of the stomach arise from within you, my good fellow. Of course. As I said, I'm the only person in here. It's not long until dinner time now, so perhaps we could do this afterwards. I do apologize, sir, but it's of the first importance that the investigations have delayed. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, where'd he go? Wait, he suddenly moved all the way over there. Yes, without a doubt. The culprit wouldn't be hiding in this cabin. It would have to be inside this wardrobe. Oh, I shall need to examine this wardrobe thoroughly. I presume you have no objection? Yes, I object. Please shout your objection now. Hey! Hey, I didn't read the... Sorry, but I'm going to have to decline. Really, you'll find the... Achoo! Achoo! Those two rather tragic sneezes arise from your good self. Of course they did. As I said, I'm the only person in here. You have a curious knack of talking while sneezing, then? Twice, no less. This is going to be a tough one to argue. I was watching you quite intently, sir, and I assure you I saw no signs of a sneeze. Ugh, couldn't me and those guy have held his nose? As I was saying, I shall need to examine this wardrobe. And now then, game's up. Wasn't there a second part of the wardrobe? Nobody hiding in there, it seems. What? You seem surprised. No, not at all. Yes, I am. He was in there for sure. I shut the doors on him myself. What? What visitors? Who's this now? Clack. Excusing me. Oh, it's even strong enough. Sorry for disturbing, but crime has been committed on board ship. Yes, I heard. Terrible theft, apparently. How do you know this? Ah, well, the detective here just informed me, you see. Detective? Yes, I assume you must have asked him to investigate. Detective, could you... I guess. I mean, it seemed like... the Demon did not know anything about Herlock Sholmes. We were pretty surprised when he started, like, doing his bits in the start, so I guess it makes sense they can't have them meet. Where did he go? I must ask you to cooperate with the investigation to this crime fully. Uh-oh, he's glaring at the wardrobe already. Wait. Ah! Well done, you found me! What are you doing hiding in my wardrobe? My good man, I was merely assessing the practicality of concealment in such a place. And I would say that at a push, a human could survive for up to 5 minutes in that cramped space.
5 minutes?
This kid's been there for a fortnight. Is he not human? He's a Naruhodo. He's got the genes. He's got the genes of great fortitude. His child will survive getting hit by cars and falling off of bridges. Who are you? Shh! This is the moment of truth. The great detective is about to unveil the sordid details of this wretched crime. You mean to say? Yes, there can be no doubt that the culprit of this terrible theft didn't need to conceal himself within this wardrobe.
What? But that's impossible. He couldn't have done it. My best friend was in there the entire time.
At least I thought he was.
How can you be sure of this?
Elementary, my dear fellow. The criminal left behind the most revealing evidence. How else could you explain these 3 bones?
Oh! That's right. Look at those gnawed bones in there. And 3 of them. Ah! The criminals escaped! But I will find them and crush him!
Could I ask you something, detective? Why, yes, of course. I am always delayed to... Wait. Oh, good. Good reading skills, Manji. We're proud of you. Can I ask you something, detective? Why, yes, of course. I'm always delayed to answer an inquiry of mine. This terrible theft. What exactly was stolen? Aha! What else? But some mistakes on the rib bone! Oh, no. Huh? Did you say steaks on the rib bone?
For this evening's dinner, 3 rib steaks were stolen from the ship's kitchen only a short time ago. There was a malfunction with the generator and the ship was without lights for 10 minutes. Chef who saw criminals said that he ran away down first-class passageway. And now I'm on his tail!
I'm afraid to say, dear fellow, that your man is no longer in this cabin.
But how?
Through the cabin door, no less. Having devoured this hall and this wardrobe, the criminal discarded the bones and concealed himself behind the cabin door as you came inside. Then, when attention was turned to the wardrobe, he seized his chance to escape through the open door.
What?
Make haste, my good man, after the culprit. I shall follow presently.
Did he have a hold it line during the second case? I don't remember him breaking out a hold it line.
Nothing troubles you, sir.
Big baby, criminal's not running away at all.
Are you suggesting?
Now I know the dog is bad. Mr. Soul. Me? Da! I think you are culprit. Everything is falling in places. The criminal that disappeared in first-class passageway. The bones in the water. All clues are pointing their fingers at you.
So that wasn't a one-off thing. You just have a very bad tendency to jump to bad conclusions.
Don't be ridiculous. I would never...
Yes, of course. I established at once that you couldn't be the perpetrator of this crime.
Did? Why? How are you so sure?
My dear fellow, there are but 2 things in this world on which one can rely with total certainty.
What 2 things?
The first is the word of a great detective, and the second... The second is the tragic rumbling of an empty belly.
Not again.
My first entered his cabin. There did arise from this gentleman a belly rumbling so odiously tragic that confirmed beyond all doubt. The man had not eaten a single rib steak in some time, let alone 3. Yosuke, what are you doing? Where are you? You don't have to suffer this humiliation. But I've done nothing wrong. You are smuggling an entire man.
Curses! You catch this thief. You cannot have gone far.
Indeed. So he decided against the post-meal constitutional swim. He just gets on the ship, he eats 3 rib steaks, and then he just abandons ship. Well, you'll excuse me now. My apologies for upsetting your evening. Detective, one moment, please. Yes? That was the most remarkable deduction. Perhaps you'd be kind enough to tell me your name. Quite slipped my mind. You have been talking with the one and only... Sherlock Sholmes! I see. Kazuma Soki. Still on my way to Great Britain. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Mr. Asogi. Oh, and before I forget. Yes. I feel I should warn you. Live cargo is strictly forbidden on this vessel. So you would do well to conceal the stowaway currently lying low under your bed as carefully as possible. Huh? Oh, under the bed. I bid you farewell then, Mr. Asogi. I guess at least he got to meet Sherlock Sholmes before he died? Covered our secret. Well, I should have expected nothing less. A great detective. Huh. I really don't know what to make of Sherlock Sholmes at points. If that's canon, I really don't know what to make of him during Case 2 then. Now then. When did you move into the bed? I thought we had when you opened the wardrobe door. Blah. I thought we had when you opened the wardrobe door.
Ah, well, it was thanks to that split-second chance you engineered.
Wait, what?
You tried it for a moment, remember? He suggested that he investigated the other cabins instead.
Oh yes, he turned to look towards the corridor, didn't he?
Well, I couldn't see what he was doing, of course. I thought to myself, now or never. And the next thing I knew, I was under the bed.
You know how to give me a scare, don't you? Anyway, what's all this about the ripped steaks, eh?
Sorry about that. I've just been so hungry. Ever since we left Japan, stuck in that tiny wardrobe. Well, you should know. You've been splitting all your meals with me. You must be starving too, surely.
Right on cue. Wait, how much of that was his actual... I assume that was the first time his stomach actually rumbled. So...
There was that power cut before, wasn't there? For about 10 minutes.
It was then.
I got a whiff of the most delicious smell. I thought to myself, now or never. The next thing I knew, I had the steak in my hands.
Ryunosuke steals! First it was the soap, now it's steak. Guilty. Throw this man in prison. Man just can't help getting himself into trouble. Well, alright, you were hungry. 3 steaks? I see you 3 crewmen are going to go without today, I imagine.
No, it was just the one.
What?
And I took 1 rib steak from the kitchen. That's all.
But I don't understand.
Hey, I'm not that selfish. If I'd stolen 3 steaks, I at least have tossed 1 your way.
Not your pet dog. Pet dogs are also illegal on here, so good. Well, in that case, who stole the other 2?
Ah! Do you think?
Sherlock!
Can there be
Ghosts on board? Clearly.
Meat-loving ghosts?
GA became a ghost. Oh no. Only have been a single bone in the wardrobe when Ryunosuke moved to hide under the bed. Means that the other 2 bones can only have been put there by one very flesh and blood person.
What's so funny? Haunted ghost ship.
Great detective, or a great mischief maker. If there's one thing that's definitely not under contention, is that Sherlock Holmes is very good at making mischief. Anyway, I think I'd like to spend a little more time getting to know that man. I sure hope I get to meet him once I get to Great Britain and don't die. Great Sherlock Holmes. Oh right, actually yeah, I think there was mention of like Sherlock Holmes in his diary, wasn't there? I remember. It's been so long since I did Case 2. Alright. Episode 3, at the British Supreme Court. This escapade takes place as Reno's came to South visit Lord Strongheart to report on the outcome of Mr. Natsume's trial. So this is Wait, Mr. Natsume? Isn't this all the way in Case 4? What about Case 3? They find out Pulsar Inspector Gregson attempting to solve a very taxing problem before his time runs out. We just jumping a full case ahead? Give me another minute. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing another stream until after whatever it is I'm coming down with goes away. Ugh. Alright, I'm gonna start up this one, but then afterwards I'm gonna go to the options menu. Wanted to try something else to try to fix my little full screen problem. 26th February, 9:17 a.m., British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Come on. Gotta be a solution to this. Really? Really nothing? Maybe... Oh, I tried that already, though. Seriously don't understand, because I don't remember having any troubles with this, like, when I tested it out on my own with Bloodstained. Bizarre. When I try like putting in full screen and then doing the shift left, it puts it in the second monitor, but then it doesn't make it the right size. Oh, no. Not on here. Hold on. Setting. I'm gonna try something real quick just to see if I can get this to work properly like I wanted to. Of course, uh, it's not so much full screen as it is like borderless. That's part of the problem. I'm gonna try one other thing, and then I'm just gonna get back onto it because it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just annoying that this has been an issue when it really should not have been. Yeah, no, Oh no. Great. Appreciate you, Great Ace Attorney. Love that that's a problem. Stupid thing. What if I put this on the other screen? Sorry, from here. Oh. I like how on Google it says how to make Great Ace Attorney Chronicles full screen, and the thing it connects to is like a Steam community forum for the Phoenix Wright trilogy. Cool. Thanks, Google. Appreciate ya. Garbage. That still doesn't work. Yeah, okay, whatever. I've spent more than enough time trying to fix something that should not have broken. Maybe it's also because of OBS. Enough going around, let's get back to it. Here we are again. Every time we visit here, the atmosphere in this place seems to get more and more overbearing. Just think, we could be at home with Mr. Schultz and Iris having a nice, cozy breakfast. We have a duty to report the outcome of the case, especially since we're guests here in Britain. I'm afraid this visit couldn't have been avoided. I suppose not. Is there even anyone here? I hear a pin drop in this place. It's too solemn for its own good. It's very quiet, isn't it? They sound the ticking of the great clock as it keeps perfect time. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. I don't think that's part of the clock noises. What's that, I wonder? The usual comforting sound of the clock seems to have been joined by a less comforting shuffling sound today. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Maybe we should get out of here. You're right, something's disturbing the rhythmical ticking. Sounds rather like an unfit middle-aged man running from pillar to post, clumsily. What are you calling unfit? Oh, Inspector Gregson, what are you doing here?
What am I? In the blaming office?
58 seconds remaining, Inspector.
Ah! Well done, later, sunshine!
What? Good morning, Lord Strongheart. Wow, he's really looking fiercely at his pocket watch today. And good morning to you. Is this so early in the day?
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, it's not the other day.
We to deliver a report, Lord Strongheart, as our dealings with Mr. Natsume are now over. Oh yes, the little Japanese man. I've already cast my eyes over Van Zeke's report. Patter, 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 patter. I must say, the outcome surprised me. I thank you for a job well done. You are too kind, my lord.
Not here, it's not there, it's not over there either.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but what exactly is the inspector doing? He's been tearing around between the bookshelves, looking beside himself with worry. He was looking for a particular work. Lion's Pride. Great. Now there's an all too familiar title.
I heard it was a popular tale, so I obtained a copy from the rental library. However, I wasn't able to maintain my interest, so I soon cast it aside. I happened to know there was a vacant spot on one of my shelves at the time, but I duly stowed the book there. Fortunately, I no longer remember where that was.
Nope, not there! Not here either! Come on! Where are you lions hiding?
The book is due back today, so I've asked Gregson to locate it for me with his investigative prowess. Inside 5 minutes! Release the visions!
I must say, I've never seen anyone working so hard to find something. He's like a man possessed.
Oh yes, that's because this month's salary is taken upon the outcome!
We're still just using detective salaries as, our fun little toys to play with when we want something done, I see. Some things do not change in the modern day series. Whose instigation? Let me guess. The stony-faced lord. And the 5-minute time limit? What's the significance of that?
There is none. It's my vulgar mischievous spirit showing itself, I'm afraid.
I like the idea of this, like, big, scary lord being like, oh yeah, I'm just a little mischief maker. Oh, you better find that book or you're going to be eaten raw. You won't have ramen noodles. What would they be eating for, like... What's like a poverty meal in Britain? Well, I'm curious. No, come on. Looks like cheap sausages. Find the book, or you're going to be eating cheap sausages for the rest of your days, Gregson. I don't know. Maybe would the ramen be imported? Probably not.
Ah! I can't! My feet! They're killing me.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up, Inspector.
Ah!
Hope you like those chips. That's going to be all you get to eat for 2 whole months. Which means that next month you will work unpaid and have no days off.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
No! The day's off!
The birds just fly over to his house and poop on it, just to kick him while he's down. We gotta get an Escapade explaining who releases the pigeons. There really are just so many books here. It's overwhelming.
For some, perhaps. I purchased every book, new or old, on the subject of law from all over the globe.
Wouldn't have believed it a few short decades ago. It's like this couldn't have existed.
What do you mean, Inspector?
When I was a lad, no one ever dreamed of buying books.
Oh, I see. Western books are such luxury items, I suppose, with their leather covers and fancy bindings.
No, that's not it.
Oh?
There's a tax on paper, see?
Oh. On paper? I'm gonna have to look up a paper tax later.
Yeah, I mean, it was abolished about 30 years back now, but it used to be the case. There's a tax levied on any kind of paper. Obviously, that meant most folks couldn't afford to buy any books at all.
Ah, so is that why places like the rental library you mentioned before came into existence, Lord Strongheart?
Indeed. Vestiges of the paper tax system, you could say. The general public considers books and items for hire. London is home to a vast lending library of some 3.5 million books. Maybe some of them will tell you about those pigeons that just flew by.
I'd hope to read all of that even if you were reincarnated 10,000 times.
Even I would choose to rent a book rather than purchase it if I knew how to read it frequently.
Not just that taxes actually surprised us already in the last few days. Even Mr. Natsumi's trial. He says the window in his room is filled in due to some kind of window tax?
That would be true. Unfortunately, the window tax was abolished here some 40 years ago. Fortunately, the window tax was abolished here some 40 years ago. Sadly, in the East End in particular, many windowless houses remain.
Dude is so poor he can't pay his window tax even though it's been abolished for 40 years. Wait, when was the window tax abolished, actually? That might actually give me, like, a more proper, exact time frame. $1851, so it's about 1891?
Friends always had a bit of a thing for tax and stuff. Whatever they can tax, they tax. Sugar, salt, tea, coffee, you name it. Candles, beards. Beards!
They're actually beer tax. Now I need to know this. Tax levy depended upon the status of the bearded man. Those associated with the imperial court, military government were charged 60 rubles annually. Wealthy merchants were charged 100 rubles per year, while other merchants and townsfolk were charged 60 rubles per year. Rubles. This is from Russia. In 16th century England, King Henry VIII placed a tax on beards. In fact, it wasn't simply a flat tax whether one had only a little stubble or a massive case of wizard face, but instead it was an emblem of wealth. The fine increased with status. The closer to the king, the higher the tax, which was actually pretty fair for Henry considering, well, it's Henry VIII. Of course, for himself, he was exempt from the tax despite his whiskers. It assumed that he possibly introduced this weird tax in order to raise funds for the kingdom, but he may have simply imposed it just for funsies. Who knows? It is debated whether or not this claim is true, as there is not much straightforward evidence to support the case. However, despite its unnecessary nature, the fine was not one of the craziest things Henry ever did. The tax apparently did not last very long, however, it was later reinstated by none other than his daughter, Elizabeth I, the dress code queen herself. By loving to adorn herself, Elizabeth was known for implementing a dress code in her country in order to keep the classes from mingling in order to save money on luxurious cloth. Implementing a levy on beards is not totally surprising coming from her. Her laws that if a beer is older than two weeks old need to be paid for. Here's pluck. The most fascinating point of interest, however, is not that this tax existed, but that an English barber in today's society wants to put a tax on beards. He literally heard about the Henry's tax and thought, you know what, that sounds like a good idea, let's bring that back. Not a direct quote. The plan was that he wants to introduce one which puts a £50 fine on smaller beards and a $100 fine on bushy beards in order to reduce the deficit. The question is, where's the line drawn? What constitutes a modest beard or a wilder one? What makes the difference between £50? Blah, 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 blah. So that's a real thing. Damn nobility. This is why we cut their heads off.
Wait, sorry? What was that last one? Did you say beards? Yep, the beard tax. Never heard of it? Never! Why should people have to pay money just because they let their facial hair grow? You may well ask. I suppose it's because it makes them look self-important. Then our hoes will have a strict family policy of no facial hair, I think.
I mean, it sure worked.
You can relax. The beer tax was confined to the annals of history long ago.
Even so, it's clearly something the British really love. Paying taxes, I mean. Paying them? Think about that back to front, Sunshine. You can't deny you've had a lot of funny taxes over the years. Never find anything like that in Japan. Would you, Mr. Sato?
Tell me all about the wildest tax in Japan, Susato-san. In actual fact, I'm afraid to say you would, Mr. Naruhodo.
What? No. You don't mean... Really, there's never been a window tax in Japan.
No, but there have been similarly obscure taxes. For example, in the Edo period, there was a frontage tax.
What was that?
There was a tax not on windows, but on the entrance to properties. There was a door tax in Japan! The larger a property's entrance was, the greater the tax that was levied on it. Today, some mansions survive with extremely narrow entrances due to that old form of taxation. Can you just imagine? It's just a giant mansion, and it's got a tiny door, like a Mickey Mouse-esque door, because of this door tax.
I had no idea. We Japanese are as twisted as us Brits. But we never had a beer tax. I mean, it's really going a step too far.
Door tax? Well, no, that's true. I'm not wearing taxes for beards, at least. Now, mustaches, on the other hand.
What do you mean, at least?
Well, rather than tax them, the shogunate did once prohibit them outright. Oh, right!
I think I remember hearing about this one, actually. Ruling class prohibited beards?
It was called the Great Beard Prohibition. It was an Edo period edict.
Why did the powers that be want to ban beards? Because it makes me look self-important? This is an idea.
Well, I'm trying to... Like, just remember, this model does have, like, a limited bit of hand tracking. Doesn't seem to be working, though. Maybe I didn't turn that setting on. Meaning that rules in the East and the West have had very similar ideas over the years. There have been other unusual taxes in our history, and in our current Meiji period.
They have?
For example, though it was before either of us were born, there was a rabbit tax.
Oh? There was a tax on those adorable, fluffy creatures? Like the one who makes mochi sweet on the moon?
Yes, it was an extremely large tax too. The government demanded extraordinary sums of money.
It just gets stranger and stranger. What's the reason for that bizarre tax then?
Well, after Japan opened its doors to the world, there was an unprecedented rabbit boom in the Meiji capital. Oh no, the foreigners brought all the rabbits. Rabbits, and we all know, we've all heard the saying about rabbits and mating.
Boom.
Yes, keeping rabbits became hugely popular, and new species were traded at exorbitant prices. They were even swindled out of all their money for exotically colored rabbits.
Like colored chicks, I suppose? Hard to imagine, though. Rabbits are timid and quiet. I never thought one could bankrupt you.
How about one puts you in a death game with like 8 other people? I'm sure that totally doesn't happen in any game. In response to this worrying social vogue, the government imposed a rabbit tax.
I suppose they couldn't just ignore the problem.
And it worked because the rabbit boom came to an abrupt end. Years later, the tax was abolished.
Well, I hate to say it about my own country, but Japan is strange.
There's more. After the rabbit tax was abolished, then, of course, society reacted by launching straight into a second rabbit boom. They took away our rabbits. Now that the tax is dead, we shall bring them back.
Oh dear, the government didn't think that one through, did they?
Your ideas about the world are very much altered by the position you hold in society. If you're responsible for the running of the country, you will feel the need to raise revenue keenly.
Without a stable taxation system, the whole country would go down the drain. Well, yes, I suppose so. What are these taxes?
That's precisely why ministers of state use their wiles to invent new and novel ways of taxing the public.
Novel ways?
Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, if you were one of my country's statesmen...
Hey, a British salesman?
Yes, what novel tax would you impose? Pray give us something truly original. Inside 5 seconds.
What? Oh, things like that everyone uses, Mr. Naruhodo. It really squeezed every penny out of the population. That's quite the interest. That's quite the intense here. Very glad the South Side is in charge.
Your time is up. So, what's your answer?
Well... Air, maybe?
No! I think we talked about an air tax, like, during case 4. Like, I think that's a thing that people are trying to do now, actually.
An air tax, you say?
Oh, well done, Mr. Naruto. A truly novel and fiendish idea.
Well, everyone has to breathe.
So while the population is inhaling air, my government is inhaling money!
Blimey, you're tired of that hard, eh?
A somewhat radical solution to a country's revenue problems, but sadly not an original one.
Wait.
No, you mean to say...
Surely not. You mean a tax on air has been imposed in the past?
It was last century. Finance Minister of our neighborhood, France, proposed it.
What?! If I go over a visit, I'm holding my breath.
Unsurprisingly, it was strongly opposed by the public and soon scrapped. Minister didn't last long either.
That was in France. We know what the French people do to royalty and important figures that they don't like. Oh dear. Although clearly that would have been an untenable situation.
Sounds like a larger force to be reckoned with. No, I know it.
How about you, Inspector? What new tax would you impose?
Let me see. My first thought is a tax on objections.
Wow. Fuck you too, buddy.
Sorry? I haven't fought too many of them recently in court. There's a particular lawyer I have in mind as it happens.
Screw you!
But taking an objection tax can be very heavy. Because you don't allow your personal views to influence your work in public office. Averaging 5 pence for every objection raised would be about right.
No!
A most amusing proposal, Gregson.
Most unamusing proposal, my lord.
That was goofy. Well then, I think it's your turn now.
Sorry, my turn for what?
Why, what else? To locate my missing copy of the Lion's Pride.
Oh!
It's on one of the shelves in this room. Of that I am certain. Now, I shall give you 10 minutes.
Thanks.
And let's take your student stipend on it, Fail to find the book and you forfeit next month's payment.
Good thing we don't get work for 2 months.
Objection!
Your time starts now. Oh, and one more thing. I believe you just said the word objection. That'll be 5 pence.
Ugh!
Kindly leave your 5 pence over there before you begin combing the shelves.
This is tyranny! Send them to France!
This sex is going to be the death of me.
Once again, I'm definitely not streaming again until I'm over this, whatever this is. I don't want to say it's just a small cold. Nothing serious. Episode 4, in Sholm Suite. Once Escapades unfolds one morning on Baker Street when Iris has prepared breakfast for everyone as usual. Ryunosuke wakes to find an envelope under his door containing a death threat. Who could have put it there? Why? I'm assuming most of these escapades take place in the 2 months between cases 4 and 5. Because that would make sense. 9th of March, 8:23 a.m. Sholm Suite. Good morning. Wait, okay. I got a little... Morning, Iris. Morning, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh, morning, Susie. I'll get breakfast on the table for us all. Mr. Sholmes. Morning.
Come now! Why the long face?
Oh, sorry. The thing is, I just had a rather strange envelope posted on my door this morning. Some rather strange things inside. Strange things. Oh, what was it, Bruno? I catch the sense of mystery in the air. Nothing's so exciting, I'm afraid, Iris. It's just 5 orange pips. Can't imagine what could possibly... What? Orange pips, Mr. Naruto? And 5 of them? What's the matter with you? Bit of an overreaction, isn't it? Overreaction? Naruto, you don't understand. The warning. No, it's of imminent danger to your life. What? To my life? What's the meaning of all this, Mr. Sholmes?
My dear fellow, why do you make such an inquiry of me?
I mean, if it was in our door and not your door...
The name of the site was written on the envelope, and it was yours. Oh. You're right, Bruno. This is sent by Sholmes, envoy of...
Oh no! Envoy of hell. He really does sound like a demon. We could put him in a Shin Megami Tensei game now.
So my little ploy has been exposed. Well, so be it.
You put your name on it!
Cast your mind back, if you will, Mr. Naruto, since the time of our dining last night.
Oh yes, Mr. Sao cooked Japanese food for us.
Indeed. In particular, you may recall the final norimaki sushi roll I was about to savor. That is, before you swooped in with your clacking chopsticks and filched it from under my nose.
Reminds me of that one Tekken ending where... I just immediately think of that one Tekken ending where, like, in Lars in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, where, like, it's just a big family dinner, and everyone just takes all the food.
Oh, I assume because you left it that you didn't want it.
I left it, my dear fool, because I am planning to enjoy the very last mouthful. Surely you must have known my intent by the subtle dilation of my right pupil.
Perhaps a clearer sign would be helpful next time. Just an idea.
In summary, the post you received earlier is a notice of impending revenge. You should be quaking in your boots.
Really? Because I went straight out into the garden and planted them. I'm hopeful we may grow some exotic fruit. There's no point saying a notice of impending revenge if the person you send it to doesn't know what it is. Well, I knew, of course, because I have read this book. The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. On sale now in all major London bookshops and receiving rave reviews. Hold on. Were there reviews like... Were there just like reviews back then? Were people just like doing reviews of like books? Like in 1890s? Could you just look up, or there's no way you could just like type in like Sherlock Holmes book reviews 1891 or some nonsense? No, because I don't even think the books were. No, I mean the books weren't written then. I think they were written later, and they just took place in the 1890s. That. Your reminder, I've not actually read a Sherlock Holmes book or a Sherlock Holmes book. But don't. That does make me curious, though. Were people just reviewing things? Was there an 1890s equivalent of, like, the angry video game nerd? Was there just an angry Englishman just raving about how this book was just all sorts of nasty variations of shit?
Oh yes, of course. It's finally been published, hasn't it? I heard it's selling very well. It is! 12 short stories in one volume. I've had a lifetime spending money already.
It has further bolstered my name. In fact, only the other day, a Bohemian King started to engage my services.
Bohemian King? Do you have an offer? You just give him money and he'll come back tenfold or some nonsense?
Really? That's extraordinary.
Of course, the gentleman persisted with some pretense about being a fishmonger for the duration. Only a fool presumed to be able to see in my eyes was such a charade.
So how do you know that he was a king, then?
Why, there is no mystery, my dear fellow. A distinct smell of fish accompanied the man's lowly apparel. And though he tried to hide, the left side of his mustache quivered in a quite manifest manner.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes. Simply brilliant. No, please.
Having neatly resolved the case with the man, I would set a quantity of fresh cod as a mark of his appreciation.
I think perhaps you shouldn't discount the possibility that he actually was a fishmonger. Is this... Can anyone else smell burning? Oh yes, you're right. Look, smoke!
Guys, this is not something we should be casual about.
I think maybe...
Fire! Fire! There's fire, everyone! What?
Really? Fire?
Let's all leave at once! Everyone out of the building! While I fund my shadow box! Pop up! Pop up!
Oh, wait! I have to go back to my room first!
You're deranged! You're not fixing about the smoke. Flames will burn you to death!
My room at all! I can't let my room burn! It means so much! Ah, dread! Sorry, but I'm going to make a dash for upstairs! Oh, Bruno, you're so funny. This is the type of jokes, Iris! Go quickly, get out of here! But there's no fire. Other than the one in the fireplace. Is there, Hurley? Huh? Ah, what delight to see that play enacted in the flesh. I wouldn't have dared to dream I should be so lucky. Miss Susao?
Ah! Indeed, indeed! Indeed it was a ploy! A devil made engineered by my puckish spirit.
It was all a trick? But why? Revenge?
It was a simple experiment of mine, Mr. Naruto, when his life is threatened. A fellow is compelled instinctively to protect that property to which he attaches matching importance.
After your own life, Bruno, the most important thing to you seems to be your Daruma doll. Well, let's not dwell on that, shall we, Iris? Though you knew all along, Mr. Sao, that was a trick? Yes, of course. Great plays described in this book. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Until now, in all major London bookshops receiving rave reviews. Buy now! And get a special offer today. Again?
I've used that device quite satisfactorily in the past to solve a case.
Oh yes, it was a great success, wasn't it? And that became something of a habit, didn't it? Started yelling fire at every crime scene. In the end, people started paying no attention to you at all.
Yes, that's true. There was a time when I was known as the Sholmes who cried wolf. The Sholmes who cried fire.
I think there's a lesson to be learned in there somewhere.
Sadly, my little boy failed to yield results this time. I was utterly unmoved.
What do you mean?
Well, I was anticipating that Iris would immediately expose their secret hiding place. Location of the nest egg she must have cached somewhere in this room.
Nest egg? You think Iris has some secret savings?
No, I think she has an actual egg. Why, naturally, the book is selling like hotcakes after all. It's a simple detection indeed to conclude that the profits must be concealed here within these walls.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you in need of money? Ah, I bet I know what it is. It's that new microscope that's gone on sale, isn't it, Hurley?
What else? I have such a strong desire to own one, yet my purse is 1 pound too light. And as if no offer of a loan has been forthcoming, I have been forced to resort to an alternative stratagem. I'm going to sell my violin to the pawn shop.
Sorry, Hurley. I'm not falling for that one. Not coming from the Sholmes who cried the wolf. Sholmes who cried fire.
Ah, how vexing!
You really shouldn't be trying to steal 10-year-old savings, you know? My book is full of little tricks like that, you see. The army of the great detective. Except that in this case, both the orange pips and the fake fire fell a little flat, didn't they?
Oh, I have plenty more tricks up my sleeve. Like, for example, in the case of the Boscombe Valley mystery.
I'm already filled with dread just from the title.
It is a tale of extraordinary skill on the part of the great detective. The skill of tracking.
Tracking?
When I arrived at the scene of the crime in the eponymous valley, there were footprints everywhere. But I was immediately drawn to the one set in particular.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, your detective instincts are truly remarkable.
As you know, my dear madam, no detail, no matter how small, escapes the scrutiny of these eyes. So I tracked my quarry, following the trail of his footprints, all the way to the man's place of residence.
Led you directly to the culprit's house? What triumph?
You misunderstand. You led me directly to my own house, my dear fellow.
Huh?
Well, the footprints were, in the final analysis, those made by my own shoes.
Elliot left here for Boscombe Valley as soon as he received the telegram about the case, you see. And then he followed his own trail straight back here to Baker Street. Huh.
Now, Iris, please, you make it sound almost humdrum. I assure you, it is no easy feat. Tracking of this nature is a skill possessed only by the great Sherlock Holmes.
You're right, it really is extraordinary.
Quite so. Extraordinary is the word, and let me the last of the subject. Anyway, needless to say, I subsequently learned to solve the case with various other deductions.
Yes, it's the various other deductions I'm interested in.
Oh well, you shall have to read the book then.
Why now? It's source today.
I'm sure I suspended with your usual flourish.
Oh, absolutely. I put an ingenious spin on the great detective's exploits. Must have been very ingenious to make this man sound even remotely credible as a detective. Wait, was that... Does it smell like something's burning again? We've had enough devilment for one day, Mr. Sholmes. Put your puggish spirit to bed.
I assure you, this has nothing to do with me or my spirit.
What? Oh no! The smoke is getting thicker! I forgot about breakfast! You mean it's not a trick this time? There really is?
Fire! Fire! There's a fire, everyone!
Ah!
Breakfast is ruined!
Suzanne, where are you going?
Since I was in her hotel, Papa...
Ah! Easy, Mr. Sholmes! Stop touching me! Why you? Mr. Sholmes! Why did you just chuck that busted Napoleon on the floor? Oh, look at that. It's amongst all the broken porcelain. Coins! Sovereign, in fact. Worth a whole pound each.
Come, everyone! We must leave at once! Evacuate the building! What?
You fell for it, Hurley. Hook, line, and sinker. But you mean... Iris! I certainly wouldn't have guessed that's where you'd hidden it.
Wow. Do you mean to say this smoke was...
My own puggish spirit needs to come out and play sometimes too, you know. God. How did these two... How did Reno's kids survive 2 months with these two? What?
Ah, of course! I know what it is, Iris! It's that indoor herb garden set that went on sale last week, isn't it? That's what you're after!
I want it so desperately, but I'm 4 pounds short. Even though you told me you didn't have any money to spare before. I knew you had a secret nest egg somewhere in this room.
Ah! You've outwitted me again!
You really shouldn't let yourself be outwitted by a 10-year-old child, you know. Jesus. So thank you for the loan, Hurley.
Award-winning...
Is she award-winning?
Best-selling author right here, folks.
Oh, but wait. What's the matter? Where's Susie? She's disappeared. Oh yes, that's right. She ran off up the stairs before, didn't she? Oh. What are you still doing in here? We have to evacuate. Alright. Won't be long before this fire is... Ah. Sorry, Susie. Children will get up to mischief once in a while, you know. But all perfectly harmless. Harmless, maybe, but also devious. Oh well, at least nobody was hurt.
Apart from Napoleon and my secret hoard. Oh no, Mr. Sal. What's it that you went so fleet-footedly to fetch?
Sorry? Oh, no, nothing. This is just... No, this is nothing. Susie, that's... It's a notebook detailing all of Rose's trials, isn't it? It's bulging at the seams. What?
This is one of the various people you've helped over these past months. The... 2?
This is how Well, I am your judicial assistant after all. I'll do anything to ensure the safety of these records. I'll risk my life if necessary. I mean, very important to me. It's like a diary of everything we've achieved together. Getting all teary-eyed now.
Yes, it's our contract to return someone who would have fetched this Daruma doll, I must say. Alright. Episode 5 of Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy, an escapade in Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy, where Susato appears to be rather irritated. This seems to be Inosuke has been buying a little too much bric-a-brac, and now the whole place is brimming with things they don't need. His latest purchase has really rocked the boat with Iris and Susato. This feels like something that would take place after the pawn shop.
That can't be.
5th of March, 2:40 p.m. Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy.
I forget. When exactly did case... Well, when exactly did case 5 take place again? I think it was April. It was April. Hello? I'm back. Oh, hello, Mr. Naruhodo. Did you have a good outing?
Hi, Reno. What's the matter? Your eyes are as big as dinner plates. Iris, I wasn't expecting to see you here.
There's just me some tea, Mr. Naruhodo. Would you like a cup?
Cup or two? Yes. Definitely.
Did something you shouldn't have you? I don't know what's going on. You're acting extremely strangely.
What? Me? No, not at all. I'm as normal as no one could be. Normality itself, see?
Throw him in jail.
Not again, Mr. Naruhodo.
Ah! Sorry, not what again? What do you mean, Susie?
Whenever he goes on his own lately, he always seems to come back with a peculiar new purchase.
Peculiar? Peculiar? What's peculiar about the things I've bought?
You seem to think that anything British is a curio you simply must have. Sounds like a great way to get scammed. Buying items of bric-a-brac even though you don't know what they are.
Well, there are rather a lot of bric-a-brac shops and pawnbrokeries and the like around here. Do I have been to large drawings to give my weekly report? I'm always so nervous beforehand. On the way home, I just find myself in those shops and... Yes, alright, I can't deny it. I bought something.
You're right, you can't deny it, because your eyes are wider than ever.
You really ought to put up a warning sign about them. They're bigger than some potholes around here. Trying to resist things in the bric-a-brac shop. It's also cheap. Schultz has given me lots of useful advice about how to pick out the real bargains. You must remember, Runa, that Hurley likes to have fun with you. Take his advice with a big pinch of salt. Well, that's true. That thing he told me was a pot stand. It wasn't a pot stand at all. I never guessed it was a collapsible top hat.
Oh my. No, I never have guessed that you could fill up this once empty room so quickly. Honestly, it's overflowing with things we don't need now. I mean, look at those scales. I want to have you weighed something on them.
I know, but ever since I first stood in the defense bench in court, I don't know why, but I just really want my own little set of scales.
Let's see it then, Mr. Naruhodo. What have you come home with today?
Oh, well, it's, one of these.
What is it?
It's all dry and shriveled up in a ball.
Really, Mr. Naruhodo, what is it?
It's a CM.
Is it the anemone? Ugh, I've seen that word before, I just don't remember how it's pronounced. Anemone? Anemone? Whatever.
An anemone? Yes, I mean, I know it doesn't look like it at the moment. It's all shriveled up, like you said.
Aren't sea anemones living creatures, ones that dance about on the seabed?
Yes, exactly. What's the dance about on the seabed?
Oh, they sell sea anemones in bric-a-brac shops here in Britain? I don't know if they normally do or not, but I do know that I bought one today. Why, Bruno?
Well, yes, the aquarium, of course.
Aquarium? I don't know that word.
Well, according to the shopkeeper, keeping sea creatures in tanks was hugely popular here in London before. Oh yes, some people have some beautiful fish in seawater tanks, it's true. Having an aquarium become popular because of the old glass tax was abolished. That's another tax! Old glass tax, God!
Here it is again, rearing its ugly head, subject of taxation.
It was a real craze for a while. Everyone in London had one. A tax?
For a while?
Yes, it didn't last long. People's enthusiasm soon waned. There's just far too much work to be changing the seawater regularly in a city like London.
Never a truer word said, I'm sure.
I think people may have realized that from the start, really, wouldn't you? Anyway, that was long before I was born. Now everyone jokes that there's an unloved aquarium covered in dust every attic in the capital. It's true! There's one in this attic, too! I told the man in the bric-a-brac shop about it. He had these words of wisdom. That's why this is the age of the sea anemone! And that made a lot of sense to me.
It made sense to you, did it? Tell me all about it!
Bruno, this anemone is clearly dried up. You see it soaking in water overnight, it'll be as good as new. That's what the man said.
I'm not sure that works in the same way as dried wakame seaweed, Mr. Naruhodo.
What I say that I'm going to buy some prawns to keep this little fellow company. Oh, how exciting! Oh, so we'll be teeming with life.
But really?
Britain's a great country, though. I mean, a sea anemone craze.
Well, they say people in glass houses about comments like that here, Mr. Naruhodo. I've gathered there was a very curious rabbit craze in our own country not so very long ago.
Mortifying chapter that people will try to erase from the history books 100 years from now, I'm sure. Yeah, there was another craze as well before the aquarium one. You have Wardian cases? Wardy? What? No, I've definitely never heard of them.
There were little glazed cases for growing plants indoors, I believe.
Oh, I see. The plant lovers will raise their favorite tropical plants. That's right, like different types of ferns. Ferns?
Do you mean those rather dull plants with lots of fronds for leaves?
They're not dull at all. Ferns are lovely plants. I think people want to recreate the exact foliage of the tropics in their own homes. Do they grow ferns? I mean, ferns, sea anemones, Londoners certainly have a knack for the obscure.
Well, thinking about it... My grandfather loved the moss on his bonsai, looked after it better than the trees.
He's like the more obscure something is, the more it interests people. Maybe. Anyway, the Wardian craze case didn't last very long. Now most of those little glass cases are just gathering dust, I think.
Can I see one in your room, Iris?
Oh, very observant of you, Susie. Yes, that's right. Mine's certainly not gathering dust. I grow tropical herbs in it. Is this the indoor herb set that you decided to create a fake fire to steal Sherlock Holmes' savings for?
Mr. Naruhodo? I really must ask you to stop all this frivolous buying of strange things.
Yes, alright. Sorry. It's just that, well, think about Mr. Schultz's room. He has all sorts of peculiar trinkets lying around.
Oh, well, yes, that's true. They seem to be growing in number. Recently, I've noticed a blowpipe, a few barrel crystals set in twisted piece of gold, gold-rimmed pince-nez? What?
I found a small gramophone record in there the other day, but it's slipped down to the gramophone. It was just a whispering voice saying Norbury and nothing more.
What?
What could possibly be about? Those are all mementos of cases that Hurley solved over the years. Exactly. That's why I want to create in here. Just a sort of atmosphere. With the enemies that you just bought?
Ah, a room full of meaningful trinkets, each with their own unique history, you mean?
Yes, that. You understand, Mr. Sao?
But, Mr. Naruhodo, none of the other things you bought for the room have any connection with any of our cases. Either of them. We've only had 2 cases here in London.
Oh, don't they?
Well, for example, take that splendid but rather weather-beaten top hat. That wasn't used as evidence in any of the cases we've worked on, was it?
Oh, so you have 2 top hats, so you've got the collapsible one as well. No, the collapsible one is a pot stand, as far as I'm concerned, at least, anyway. But the other day when we were in court, they were everywhere, weren't they? Top hats, I mean.
Well, here in Britain, of course, we have a mark of a true gentleman, so that's hardly surprising. A man isn't wearing a top hat when he ventures outdoors, he'll be looked down upon. Gosh, has very strict rules, doesn't it? The English gentleman's code.
I've been wondering how I'd look at a top hat recently. After all, my university uniform is black as well, so I think it would be very in keeping. Oh, what a good idea. Go on then, Rulo, try it on.
The judgmental stare.
Lesson here, I suppose, is that the juxtaposition of student and gentleman is just so strange and wrong.
Well, I'd rather it didn't suit me anyway. I mean, these hats are ridiculous. Sour grapes. I believe that every foreigner who sees one of these for the first time thinks exactly the same thing. Why is that man wearing a chimney on his head?
People in glass houses, remember, Runo?
What do you mean?
Well, what about Japanese chomage tapna? What about Japanese chomage tapnas? Let's take us to the height of ridiculousness.
True.
If you take a hat off, when you have a chan mage, it's chan your head for good. You're willing to bet every foreigner who sees a chan mage for the first time thinks exactly the same thing. Why is that man wearing a cannon on his head? So that's what it means to have different cultures, isn't it? The subject of hats, Mrs. Schultz always wears, is really very strange, don't you think? I beg your pardon, Mr. Naruhodo. What thing to say? That has the very essence of Mr. Schultz. You take it back, or I'll throw you to the ground. Yes, without his Deerstalker, the great detective will be unrecognizable. He had it off in the last escapade. It's called a Deerstalker? That's a surprisingly swanky name. I have a hunter, just like a flat cap. Made up my mind long ago to visit Regent Street and buy one for myself.
I'm not sure it's going to fit over your hair.
But I think it's perfect for a great detective who stalks this criminal quarry. What do you think is strange about it anyway?
Well, you've seen it. He has 2 brims, one at the front and one at the back. Why do you need 2 brims on a hat? Surely one at the front is enough, no?
One moment, please.
If you ask me, it's just Mr. Schultz's madcap personality coming through. Eventually, he doesn't have to think about which way around to put it on or something like that.
Mr. Schultz does not have a madcap personality. He always has a clear head. You take that back. You don't insult my Oshi like this, Mr. Naruhodo. Deerstalkers were made for hunters who had to hide in thickets when they were stalking their prey. The brim in the back was designed to stop the stalks of prance scratching the backs of their necks. Oh, so that's the reason. Thank you, Iris, for educating us.
Mr. Schultz doesn't spend a lot of time in the thickets, though, does he?
Thickets of crime, perhaps. Well, no, that's true.
I'm telling you, it's just his impetuous personality. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Firmly.
Ah! Here you are!
Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Schultz.
I've not long since made some tea. Mr. Schultz, you take a cup.
I see I've come at a good time, Mr. Sato. Thank you. Now, I have something I should like you all to see. I've designed myself a brand new Great Detective's hat.
What the? There's a brim.
the front, and at the back, and at both sides. 4 prisons total!
Your observation is quite correct, my dear madam. I'm a busy man, you see. But with this hat, whichever way I put it on, I shall always have it pointing the correct way!
Oh.
With my previous hat, I could, in an impetuous moment, wear it erroneously with the brims on either side!
That's impressively clumsy, I would say. I must regretfully say, I think your madcap theory was correct after all. But really, Mr. Schultz, brims on all 4 sides like that, wouldn't it just be better to wear a top hat instead? Oh yes, then however you put it on, you'd have a brim all around.
What? So true, so true! How could I have been so blinkered to this fact until now?
Well, fortunately, I happen to have 2 top hats here. If you just lift the paw off it, you're welcome to try that one there.
Indeed I shall, my good fellow. Much obliged.
Can we please get a spray with the top hat on his head? 2 angry girls staring at you, judgingly. Oh dear, Hurley, it looks terrible! What terrible look I possibly imagined? Oh, that's not good. Maybe it's because of your long face? Or with the tall hat, it just doesn't work. I think it's very nice, Mr. Sholmes. Even we'll have the whole world in fits of laughter.
Ah! I should never meddle with it! Give me a deerstalker forevermore!
Give him a regulation university evermore! You never even wore hair in the first place. I still hope that you'll graduate one day, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't give up. Alright. Wait. But... This is Escapade in Mr. Natsume... Let's see, episode 6, in Mr. Natsume's room. This Escapade in Mr. Natsume's room, it's revealed that the Japanese scholar was once a teacher of English. He has much to say on the cultural differences between Japan and Britain, as well as on sentimentality, Shakespeare, and cycling. Did he not leave yet? Wait, they're February. We're going backwards! Hold on! Why? Why would you make it like this? We just went from March to February. This is shenanigans. Someone call the timeline police. 6:09 p.m. Mr. Natsume's room. So, Mr. Natsume, are you really returning home to Japan? Oh no, I have to do this nut job's voice now.
Yes, I am. Everything's arranged already.
I'll be sad to see you go. Now the ruler worked so hard to prove your innocence as well. What a shame. It feels like it was all a wasted effort. Come on. We all know he's just getting away from the Reaper of the Bailey, so if anything...
Don't say that!
I know what you're suggesting! Now calm down, Mr. Natsume. It's all fine, really.
You're in good company here, sir. If you fear the Reaper, you needn't hide the fact.
Princess of the Empire of Japan!
I'm not scared of cat!
Bringing you cats. Mr. Sholmes just casually threw one among the pigeons there. Why? Don't throw cats!
Men like me belongs to Japan, I hear. That's where I come to realize. I wonder, a mustache such as yours is eminently suited to London, I would say.
Here goes Mr. Sholmes throwing another cat in. What am I running to say? I noticed.
Everyone wants to lasso me behind my back like hyenas!
Hysterical! Hyenas! Hiding horribly!
God.
I'm sure that's not true, Mr. Natsume.
Oh, but it is. Whenever I turn around and peer down the fuck-filled streets, all I see is foreigners everywhere.
Well, there's you, Bruno, and Susie in here, so that's 3 foreigners out of 5 people. I take your point.
The other day, I was taking a stroll through the fog as usual when a young man approached me from ahead. He was pale and gaunt, his back arched like a cat, observing his wretchedness moved me so deeply. Ah, I thought to myself, I'm not the only one suffering in this hell. What? You imagine? It was just my own reflection in a shop window. A stunning, stinging, superfying surprise!
Don't forget, slap in the face.
Everyone started laughing at me. Gentlemen thereabouts, slaves passing by. Even the man in the shop window! Wait! Ah yes, a certain great detective would like to be included among the mirthful.
Wow. Ah! The show's really going for Saki-san today. But I, for one, think you're a very handsome man, Mr. Natsume. Hey, did you hear that? This 10-year-old girl thinks you're handsome. Great. Isn't that wonderful?
That makes me feel suspiciously warm inside.
It looks genuinely delighted.
The point is, we Japanese are humble and modest. Staying on foreign soil, surrounded by foreign people, how can I possibly enjoy that?
No one could! It's impossible!
We're genuine Japanese. Xenophobia, ahoy! Jesus.
If you say so. Actually, it would appear that there is someone. A Japanese man who studied in a foreign country and seems to have thrived on the experience.
There is?
The Ogai Mori. I believe he studied in Germany. Oh no! Germany! Was he a prosecutor by chance?
Mr. Mori, pray tell us more of the fellow.
Well, today he's a very successful author in Japan. Oh, I've heard of him. He's a professor who wrote My Hime. I've heard of that, but I don't think it's the same My Hime. Hold on. Yeah, there's like a 2004 anime. Wait, that's a different spelling though. Yeah, no, that's a different My Hime. Hey, Google, you're really off the ball today. What the hell? My Hemi? I suppose in English that would be Dancing Queen, maybe? Oh, I see. Tale of a woman who waltzed her way through the world, perhaps? You really need to make up a silly translation, you know. It's already officially called The Dancing Girl in English. Well, that information in mind. Yep, there it is on Wikipedia. Dancing Girl was the first published short story by the Japanese writer Morai Ogai. It first appeared in Kukumin no Tomo, People's Friend, in 1890. It's based on Mori's own experiences as a medical student in Germany. In some ways, the tale foreshadows Puccini's Madama Butterfly, which uses a similar theme but with a slight role reversal. Yeah, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles absolutely takes place in, like, the 1890s. That's, like, now, like, definitive fact. Seems Mr. Mori greatly enjoyed his time in Germany, taking close with a local lady while he was there.
Close, you say? With a local lady?
The compatriots currently contradictory conduct!
Stop! Well, I suppose your experience of studying abroad depends to a large extent of your character.
As they say...
Many minds! Stop!
Get that off my screen! Mr. Mori has an open mind. Mr. Natsume, a closed one.
Possibly a slightly black and white view, do you think, Mr. Sholmes?
No! Fuck Mr. Natsume.
Well, anyway. If that's how you feel about being abroad, why did you choose to study here? Was it to further our nation's understanding of the English language or something?
It's just, that's right.
So what were you doing in Japan before you came to Great Britain, then?
I was a school teacher. Of English, of course.
The cursory, perhaps, but I managed to discover some information about Mr. Natsume's teaching days. That's just a little outside the field of law, isn't it, Mr. Sato? Now let me pose you a question, Mr. Naruhodo. If you had to translate the English phrase, I love you, into... Oh, there it is. There it is. This is the thing that Jake talked about. This is how he knew about the whole Soseki Natsume thing. That was a question in Persona 4. The phrase "I love you" for some reason gets translated into the moon. The moon is beautiful tonight, isn't it, or something like that. That's easy. Ashiteru Sukidesu. Wrong. According to Mr. Natsume's teachings, at least. What? Would you like to explain, Mr. Natsume?
Yes, of course. Your research was very thorough. I always used to tell my students, we Japanese don't express ourselves that way. Rather, we might say... Suki ga kirei desu ne. My dear Mr. Natsume, I must interject. Suki ga kirei desu ne would translate as, the moon is beautiful, isn't it?
I know that!
The point is that we Japanese are reticent when it comes to expressing our emotions. Further show our feelings of adoration are Suki by appreciating the beauty of the moon. The Suki.
God. Japanese wordplay. No.
Ah, using the Suki to express Suki. It's an amusing play on words, I see.
No!
Or in English, you may understand better.
Basholmes! It's not play on words. It's subtle. It's humble. It's fleeting and beautiful. It's art.
Isn't it just being shy?
Huh. My dear fellow, the foreign dancing girl will forever be out of your reach with such an attitude. Imagine how the great Mr. Mori would act. It would win the lady's heart in a flash with a well-placed and unrestrained, I love you!
Let's move with Mori.
I intend to live in this shuttle forever!
What's remaining in that imagination of yours?
Like this, just get settled in this fucking London town with all its foreign inhabitants. Let's count the number of different lodgings I tried before I found myself here. This happens. I even lived on Baker Street at one time.
No, really?
This house scholar lives near there, man by the name of William James Craig.
What kind of Sow scholar? William James Craig? Hold on. Damn it, I type in Sally and brings up Sword Art Online.
Shove off, Google. You're no help today.
Those just sounds unsurpassed. It's been a great inspiration to me over the... Forgive the interruption, but am I supposed to be familiar with the style of which you speak? Shakespeare, of course. Shakespeare! For Japanese, we write as sa and o. It's a phonetic representation using kanji characters. So England is Ingilishu, and America is America.
Come to think of it, we use the same character as Ri in one word and Risu in another. It's like about confusing.
We're just gonna talk all about the intricacies of the Japanese language in this game that's been translated to English?
So Shakespeare is Sao in Japan, in Japanese.
Blah. Good reading skills.
Similarly, the Sa is the burial attempt of the first Sha, in which case, where is the Shakespeare?
I never thought of that. We only have the O left.
Which could, even the most charitable interpretation, only be a brutal attempt at an old man.
It seems to me that whoever had the job of deciding on the character for his name got bored very early on.
Complete kanji character catastrophe!
I feel like you just cheated with that.
So then, other the burning question, what about me? How do you write my name?
Sorry?
Herlock Sean, my dear fellow! There must be Japanese characters for my name!
Oh dear, I am sorry, Mr. Sholmes, but none exist I'm aware of.
What?! Am I really nothing to you Japanese? In that case, it's a matter of paramount importance. You must construct my name and kanji at once!
Oh, well, we could use a kanji that's pronounced so to start with, and then use one more to give so perhaps? I think that would be a problem, right, Mr. Sholmes? But that's almost the same as Sao, isn't it?
Yes! You have played the dread! Oh! I don't want people to confuse me with an old man who died centuries ago!
I'm sure the world's greatest literary figure would rather not be confused with you either.
Well, the world's greatest detective is still useful and full of vigor! How about so handsome?
Oh yes, that sounds wonderful. Stop being a shrimp, Susanoo-san! I'm sure everyone will be calling you that 100 years from now. Stop, Susanoo-san! How could you say that with a straight face? Shrimp. What about me then, Iris? Perhaps Aihime, since the second character doesn't seem to matter. Aihime? Oh yes, Princess of Love. It's another noble name for you, Iris.
Stop! Please! It's a name like that.
Mrs. Mori is like to turn at any moment and rashly declare I love you!
This Mori-san has become quite a character in Saseki-san's mind.
And you, Mr. Naruhodo? But I venture Kurobozo is a fake name for you, as in the Dark Monk.
Yo, Kurobozo would make a badass D&D name, actually.
Oh, that's very good. Describes you perfectly, Runo. You think I'll be wearing this black varsity uniform the rest of my days, do you?
Mr. Naruhodo already has a Japanese name. Don't believe he needs another. Well, anyway. We were talking about your life here in London, weren't we, Mr. Natsume? You should just get out and have fun.
Well, it says much to me too.
This is Garradeb?
It wasn't fun at all. It was frightful.
Whatever do you mean?
A second incident!
An incident? On a bicycle? Oh yes, come think of it. Huh? Oh yeah! The bike! There's no bicycle park just outside, isn't there? It's in a sorry state though. I forgot about that bike. I tried to say no to her.
I tried to say no to her. She says I took it for a ride. Because my pronunciation was wrong. I took my life in my hands. I intended to ride the steel spiderweb stallion to a nearby park.
I really don't think there's anything wrong with your pronunciation, Mr. Natsume. Garradeb just isn't the kind of woman to take no for an answer.
If you're going to die, you might as well die in beautiful surroundings. Spoke with my first thought. Your whole day of dicing with death, decided and merged with only relatively minor bruises.
So, you got the knack of it?
Don't be silly. Dying. This is something you can learn to do.
Mr. Natsume, you keep talking about dicing with death and dying and so forth, but I think a bicycle is supposed to be fun.
Oh no, that's just what people tell you. That's an old wives' tale.
Nah, he's right. Bicycles are not great. Take it from me, that guy who totally never learned how to ride bicycles again. Look, I lived on a hill, alright? Riding bicycles is hard because it just took you wherever it wanted, which was downhill. Is it?
I mean, consider the real name of the vehicle. It's not called a bicycle for nothing.
I was supposed to use this aptly named vehicle move forces beyond me!
Pedal, power, promises pain!
Didn't think it was possible to get worse with practice.
I'm lucky to be alive!
Although, I must say, after looking death in the eye for a whole week, I did at least manage to mount the steed reliably. And notwithstanding a few wobbles, I found I could make progress in the forward direction.
A triumph.
The doctor is much the same. When first presented with a problem, the mental exertion of trying to solve it leads only to bitter disappointment. But when picking one's way carefully along the path of reasoning and thought, one begins to see results.
So is that why all of your off-the-cuff deductions always seem half-baked? Wonderful insight to your extraordinary mind, Mr. Sholmes.
Unfortunately, after wobbling down the street, I noticed there were little stones everywhere. Death traps. Not that way, I said to myself. The wild vehicle wouldn't listen. It wallowed me on and down the street.
Of course! I hit one of those deadly stones! The crazy cold through me!
It's just my luck. Bicycles are the epitome of my pitiful life.
I wish I could disagree. On the same subject, I'm sure there's a famous American author who's written about having a similar experience. Oh yes, I've read the essay too, Iris. Some of us are better read than others.
Oh, no more bicycles for me.
Oh, Mr. Natsume, at least you have an interesting anecdote to take with you back to Japan, if nothing else. You always manage to put positive spin on things, don't you, Mrs. Sato?
Personally, I haven't mounted a bicycle for some time.
No, me neither.
That's good. How about John? We should all ride out together! Huh?
That sounds great! Upward Japan, Mr. Sato! But! The sun is going down! It'll be pitch black before long! But the street lamps are very bright, you know? The fog isn't too thick today. Every move is right! It's all bent out of shape!
My dear foe, if you are bound to topple the vehicle anyway, it's fitting that it's already bent out of shape.
Still then, come along, Mr. Natsume. Shall we go?
Yakire desune.
Don't tell me that's his translation of no thank you as well.
Indeed, Mr. Natsume, the moon is as most beautiful at precisely this time of the evening. Oh.
I'm not Japanese. Can't beat around the bush with us. What a weird, wonderful world!
I have this fondness. I have a fondness for this nut job.
Episode 7 on Briar Road. Chilling escapade about Shilling's escape from the clutches of Rolly and Pappy. Wait. Oh no! Not these two again! Only just found in the street. The pickpocket is the obvious suspect, but in this case, Sholmes and Iris have been passing the plot quickly thickens. No! I don't want to deal with the lovebirds again! Oh, give me a minute. No, I don't want more of the couple. I got enough of the lovebirds last time. And all their PTA. Ugh. Also, hi Jake, how you doing? On to episode 7. I guess we're going are we going even further back in time? That's so weird to me. Like, why are these things out of order? What month does this one take place in? 30th of April. Okay, no, I guess we're not going back in time. Yeah, I had some problems setting up. I mentioned it before, but I got like an external gaming monitor, but like for some reason, when I tested that with Bloodstain like days ago, it it was like a day or two ago, something like that. It worked perfectly fine as I expected. For some reason, when I tried putting like Great Ace Attorney in full screen on the gaming monitor, it doesn't. When I put it in borderless, it just sticks itself back onto the laptop monitor. Nick's mentioned, like, you can, like, press Windows key plus shift and then left or right to move his monitors. That sort of works, but he doesn't, like, make it full screen anymore. It's weird. So I had a lot of trouble setting that up, and in the end, I'm just doing window mode on the gaming monitor, since that works fine enough. I don't know, that's something I need to figure out. I don't know why it worked perfectly fine with Bloodstain and doesn't work with Great Ace Attorney, other than just the fact that it's, like, not actually full screen. It's like a borderless window, I'm thinking. I don't know, there's a problem for you. Solve that morphogenetic field. Ugh.
Ta! Constable Riley Beat, report for duty! Thanks to the good offices of Lord Van Zeeks. Back on my beat here in the capital, doing my best for good citizens of London. Sir! Ah, my Rolly, back in this Bobby's uniform. You can look any more handsome you try. Ah, my love. You say the sweetest things.
Get out. Get off my screen.
Oh, Pat.
Oh, Rolly. Oh, barf.
Russ, Lord Van Zeeks isn't reaping the Bailey at all.
Oh no, of course not. He's the patron saint of Bobby's.
God. I should say, oh yes, Pat, it's alright, my darling. Keep it in pocket he is. I'm the first to be back in the job when I find the gutter. A shilling, my love. A whole shilling.
Oh, Riley, I always believed in you. I always knew one day you'd find some big, small change.
An entire shilling.
It was just that shilling I could buy you a cheap bunch containing a single flower. My sugar.
The one singular sad rose.
A single flower? Oh, how romantic.
Oh my god.
But I'm so sorry, Pat. Only moments ago, that shilling disappeared.
Disappeared? But how, my love? How?
I think maybe. No, I'm sure. It was this girl head, son! You swiped my precious shilling, didn't you? You cheeky little diver!
Blimey. Took your time getting round to me, didn't you? I thought that lovely-dovey stuff were never gonna end.
Yes, Gina's also sick of this nonsense. She is best girl.
No, a shilling, you say? Listen from your word. Don't know enough about it. What's the evidence, eh?
Right there! The evidence is dancing around the back of your hand, lady! You stole it from me! Looking from my pocket just now! You've got a nerve stealing from a Bobby!
Goblins! This one's mine! How can you know anyway? How can you know if it was taken just now or not?
Me, you don't get it, do you? You probably got a penny to our name, so that coin fell as heavy to me as a bar of gold.
Eh?
Telling you, the moment it left my pocket, I knew. I found myself getting a few pounds later.
Ah!
Gina,
Yep, the coin's got my blood, sweat, and tears all over it.
please don't put your bodily fluids on coins you just picked up off the gutter, sir.
What's the matter with you, eh? Is that Naruto? Huh? Me? Sorry? When I was in trouble, Gingerbread's supposed to be there out. Straight away, not an hour later. This isn't my fault. I haven't stolen anything. What about you, eh? Shoals? I thought you were supposed to be a great detective.
Dear me, Miss Lestrade. You took your time getting around to me, didn't you? I thought that long dispute was never going to end.
I said, give us a minute when we spotted you over the road and said hello. That was 10 minutes ago, Jenny. We've just been standing here listening to you quarrel with this Bobby.
I beg your pardon, madam. You shouldn't be troubling the public with police business.
Shilling belongs to us, doesn't it, Rolly?
Of course it does, my love. It's just for you and me, my darling.
Finders keepers, get away.
Ah. This is just supposed to be a nice stroll by Iris and Mr. Jones for afternoon tea. Why do we have to run into another fiasco on Briar Road? I don't really see how we could be of any help, Gina. There's no way of knowing who the coin really belongs to if it was just dropped in the gutter. I wouldn't be so sure of that, Runo. What? I have a feeling I might know the answer. The question of whose coin that is.
Ah, my bright young fellow lodger.
I know he said he put his blood, sweat, and tears on it. I don't think that was literal. I don't think you just spray the... I don't think you just spray the luminol chemical, whatever it was, on it and find your answer.
Let's hear your deduction.
Well, there's actually a reason why I suggested a stroll down Briar Road. Oh? What reason? You see, I was here yesterday and, well, I dropped a little something. So I wanted to come look for it while enjoying an afternoon stroll. Wait, you dropped something? You don't mean... It was the pocket money that Harley gave me. It's our money. Give it to us.
What's this, Iris? You dropped that, did you?
I'm sorry. I went to the market on Lime Street yesterday to pick up some herbs, you see. On the way, I must have dropped it. The 1 shilling coin you gave me. Oh! A 1 pop bit. Yes, and I thought back over to the rat I took. I realized I must have dropped it here. Honorable, you haven't seen it, have you? Oh, my pocket money. Now it's gone.
No, the poor best-selling author only has a single coin to her name. Now she's dead broke. Whatever will she do?
Suppose she'll just have to start another fire and steal someone's pocket money and savings.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't know anything about that young lady.
What rotten luck, dropping your money like that? Sorry.
I dare say the constable and his companion could give you a run for your money with their wide eyes.
It's all the same to you, Mr. Sholmes. I think I prefer not to be used as a yardstick for looking guilty. Well, it's tough, really, isn't it, Iris? It dropped it, so it ain't yours no more. Finders keepers. Anyway, you know what they say. What goes around comes around, so don't feel bad. Bad luck, Iris. It doesn't look like you're going to get your coin back. Oh, can't believe I lost it. Straight after Hurley gave it to me as well.
Yes, regrettably indeed. Didn't recall that particular coin was rather significant.
What do you mean significant? Why are you just handing out significant coins? Be specific. It was especially significant to you, Bruno. What? Significant to me? Ah, you don't mean... It was the coin from last night's wager? You just stole my lucky coin that I won?
The very same, my dear fellow.
What's this then? What wager? It's a game of poker. A duel between Hurley and Bruno. Yo, poker. Poker? Oh, that tricky card game, you mean?
As a lawyer, I have the perfect poker face. You'll never be able to tell what I'm thinking, said he. But depriving Mrs. Nero of his entire fortune was even easier than finding that missing thoroughbred.
Phoenix Wright, you are not. Sorry, Naruhodo. You're gonna have to find yourself a little magician girl to help you win poker games. Ah, it was so infuriating. Living it now still makes me grit my teeth. Alright, I have every intention of paying you back the money I owe you, but you'll have to wait, I'm afraid. Yes, I know. Don't worry. Next month is fine. Let me guess, Odo. Your whole fortune. It was 1 whole shilling. My entire monthly stipend. I lost all of it! He lost his entire stipend because he couldn't find the lion's pride in 10 minutes. Now he only has 1 shilling to his name. You know what? Honestly, that's actually believable considering how bad the financial situation is for defense lawyers. I handed it over to Mr. Schultz and grit my teeth so hard my gums started to bleed. You might want to see a dentist. You might want to get some of that laughing gas or whatever. Don't mix it with Cure. Please, Bruno, don't exaggerate. It's a horrible image. I'm not a lawyer who borrows money from a 10-year-old girl. Now that's a horrible image. Best-selling author! I have a feeling my reputation with this couple has just fallen through the floor. It could go lower.
There are a few things more invigorating than taking a man for all he's worth.
At least that pleases us, Hurley. It's not as if Bruno ever had a chance of winning. Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Did you cheat?
Not using that special ink I developed, anyone could. You cheated!
Thank you very much, will do. I'm sure this conversation is proving very dull for everyone. What's done is done. The game is over now. There's no point crying over spilled milk. That's what you say. Oh, sounds like this whole risky business is right up my alley.
Oh, really? I love your dauntless spirit. You laugh in the face of danger.
How about the face of, getting sacked?
Come on, Iris, spill it. What's this special ink about, eh? Ah, well, it's what's sometimes called invisible ink. All I have to do is write the suit and number on the reverse side of every card. Over the years, some special glasses, the whole game is laid bare to you.
Wait, you were wearing glasses last...
Wait, you were wearing glasses last night, weren't you, Mr. Sholmes?
Let me see the dumb glasses.
That's just his normal goggles.
He said something along the lines of, my eyesight appears to have suddenly worsened. The moment you failed to question that as odd was the moment I knew I had won the game. You didn't call me out my very obvious cheat. That gave me carte blanche to cheat you for all your worth.
Mind games, was it? Trying to throw me off with your eccentric ways. You're telling me Miss Sholmes can see every card by auto ad? What? But that's not mind games. That's blatant cheating.
My dear fellow, what an accusation. Would you honestly consider me a cheat? Please, I prefer a trickster.
Why do you call the game doesn't count now? Understand, Mr. Sholmes.
Dear me. Well, out of respect for the bad grace with which you take defeat, allow me to return your shilling.
Hear that, Gina? So give it here! Eh? Let me out of this! This damn ball bill was mine from the start! No question! Now, sir, let that one ball bill was left from this here Bob's pocket only a few minutes ago. Thank you, saying! Go on then, where's the evidence? Eh? The law, right? It's all about evidence. I know my stuff. I can be a detective with all this law stuff I know.
You see, Mr. Naruhodo, use a try excuse in court, others will parrot it.
Only whenever I do say that in court, isn't that a tray excuse, you know?
As I said, sir, the coin's got my blood, sweat, and tears all over it.
That's right, it has. Well, his blood, sweat, and tears are the evidence.
Wait, was that actually literal?
Blood, you say? In that case, it's time for this. Ah, do you think? Oh, there's any trace of blood on that coin, we'll soon know about it. Alright, Ginny. Hold very still. Eh? What? Ah! Look at that. You have a coin? It's clearly changed color.
In other words, there is blood on that coin. What color is it? What color is it? Guys, as I said, sir, that'll be my blood, sweat, and tear.
Oh, wait, I've seen blood turn that color before. Yes, I know whose it is. I know whose coin it is. What? Rightful owner, this bloodstained shilling is...
Bruno! Wait, what? Why do you know my blood type? My blood color?
Huh? Me?
For the appearance of the blood, I would say it is quite fresh. This was within the last 24 hours.
What? Wait, what? How can you tell that? We were able to find blood from like a 2-month-old blood stain on a coat. So it's not as if like it dissipates or like loses effectiveness or anything. Was the blood just straight up on the coin? I would think that'd be more of a concern.
Nonetheless, then in that case... So, this is the coin what Sholmes had all last night in the poker game? Well, no. You mean, you really did make your gums bleed?
Sir, that's a problem.
I told you, I was so infuriated to lose, I had to grit my teeth as I handed over the money. Why me? That happens to me by the sound of it. I thought you had a proper job.
Do you see how much a defense lawyer makes in this series? The answer is they don't.
Come on, G, just hand it over, would you? Shilling? It's rightfully mine? That one shilling was probably the one we got from friggin'...
That was probably 1 shilling we got from McGilded. They gave to us out of, like, pity. That's the only one we took. Because of some integrity or some nonsense. Oh. Ah, fine, alright then. Just have your bleeding staring. Ah, I finally have it back. It's like a dream come true. I nearly had that one in the bag and all. That's wonderful, Rules, Bruno. I'm so happy for you. Heaven, as you promised. I'd like my money back, please. Just like I let you before. Ah! You say you paid it back out of this month's pocket money, didn't you? Oh, yes. Well then, I suppose.
My dear fellow, do be kind to your gums. That shilling was always destined to be taken from you, sir.
For some reason, the phrase serves you right is floating around my head. So, Iris, as promised, here is the shilling I owe you. Oh, you're repaying me already? Well, thank you. Guess that would have been fine, though. What's it all about, anyway? What are you lending a little money for? Ah, yes. Well, actually, it's because I went to the Lime Street Market yesterday to buy herbs. For Uno. Herbs? For Odo. Yes, the team used to sell it behind its top-quality Gyokuro tea, but it's just so bitter. When I was just mixing it with some herbs to make it more palatable, I asked her to buy me some. That's right. We made a special Japanese herbal tea with the leftover Gyokuro. Going to call it Susie's Special Blend. Still hope y'all try it. The excruciating bitterness clings to the throat and persuade the breakling gloop to leave the cup.
Why, it sounds quite delicious!
Yeah, right.
Ugh.
Not done?
Well, it appears this shilling's brief adventures are now at an end.
Adventures?
You must agree, my dear fellow, that the coin has made a considerable journey since last night.
Let's see. Originally, it was the coin I was supposed to give to Iris to pay her for the herbs. And then in our poker duel last night, it passed to you, Mr. Sholmes. You gave it to Iris to spend the money. And then I dropped it here sometime yesterday. And my beloved Rolly found it a little while ago and picked it up.
What was lifted from my pocket by this here diver?
And I used my favorite gun to show up the blood that was on it. That's clever about Sholmes' little scam in his card game last night.
The annulment of which resulted in the coin returning to the ownership of Mr. Naruhodo.
Allowing me to pay Iris the money I owed her after all. For the herb she bought in order to make Susie's special blend tea. And now, after all that, the coin is resting safely in my pocket.
Please tell me Gina just pickpockets her.
Yeah, you're right. That was an adventure. But what are we supposed to take away from it, eh? That this 1 shilling coin belongs to Iris and Iris alone, I think.
I cannot follow your observation, Mr. Naruhodo.
Well, you know what they say. What goes around, comes around. Why do I get the feeling that Iris knew what was coming around to her from the very beginning?
Priceless, as they say. Well then, my dear fellow, how about this evening we indulge in some bitter tea and a bitter rematch? I'll even allow you to stake the coming month's spending money in advance.
I fold. Damn, no poker. I want to play poker. Alright. Alright. Should be fine. Last one, final escapade. In the Bailey. This escapade takes place in the Old Bailey courtroom where the defendant is none other than Sholmes himself in the charge. The most mysterious murder. In this case, naturally advocates for the defense against the unflappable Reaper, Lord Van Zeeks. Sholmes' testimony calls the true culprit of the crime into question. It sounds like an actual, like, honest-to-God, like, case. It can't be, but I mean... This is similar to, like, the Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton games, like, special episodes, so I guess there is the possibility they could throw in a little something. Like, a little actual gameplay. I don't think they're gonna, at this point. The Unknown! They've been showing us the game for all of them so far. Why is this one like, yeah, it's a secret? Why is Gregson still allowed to be a detective? That was something I didn't quite, like, I don't think I ever actually mentioned it. Like, he just went straight back to work after, I guess it was decided that, yeah, no, he was fine. He was, you know, duty and all that, but it's still crazy to me.
Scores down session for the trial of Mr. Herlock Sholmes. This is the most extraordinary case of murder. Counsels, I assume I may proceed.
Yes, my lord. The defense is ready.
At your discretion, my lord.
Very well. I hereby call on the prosecution to reduce the case.
The incident in question took place 2 days ago, late at night when the ground was blanketed with snow. So it's winter? The location of the incident was the residence of the accused, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Indeed? The now famous address of number 221B Baker Street, was it?
The address may have enjoyed fame once, my lord, but will henceforth endure infamy for this grim crime.
Yes, sir. Well put. The victim was certain Madame Rosie, who was found asphyxiated on the accused's sofa.
My word.
Wasn't clear as to whether the victim was actually killed in the defendant's suite or not. After all, when Mrs. Sholmes left the room for only a brief moment, Madame Rosie somehow vanished herself out of this room completely.
Vanished herself, counsel? The victim? Quite true, my lord. There's but one adjoining door between my drawing room and the kitchen. Having brewed some tea in the kitchen, I returned to find the room completely empty. Was nobody else present? Ordinarily, my fellow lodger Iris would have been at home. However, on the day in question, she had been invited to a meeting of the scientific society in the city. I'm afraid I have a propensity for exaggeration, sir. I think the victim vanished herself, but really... It seems to be entirely plausible that she chose to leave via the main entrance to your suite.
As it happens, my lord, the door to the accused's room was locked at the time from the inside.
Oh boy, another locked room mystery, is it?
Very true, Inspector. As such, I can say with considerable surety the victim did not leave via my front door.
But what about, aha, yes! She could have stuck out through a window!
Objection!
The windows in the room were not locked, it's true. The victim had the opportunity. However,
there was snow all around the building outside. Not a patch of it had been disturbed.
with my learned friend can explain how the victim could have left without leaving a trail.
The victim, Madame Rosie, somehow vanished from the scene before she was killed.
Ah!
Naturally, I was alarmed by the sudden disappearance of my guest. So I summoned this gentleman who resides in the attic room of my own, and we took a cab to Scotland Yard.
Confirmed the defendant called for me, and I saw him sweet on my way downstairs. And yes, I'm quite sure it was empty, just as Mrs. Sholmes has said.
When we reached the yard, this very detective happened to be there.
Ah, well, yes, you see, I was just in my office for a while, having gotten back from some,
Important business. Was it a disciplinary hearing? Please tell me it was a disciplinary hearing.
And then having explained the situation to the inspector, we traveled back to Baker Street together. At the time, there was no footprints in the snow around the building other than the ones we'd made.
I take it then, Hansel, that you personally witnessed the scene where the incident took place?
No, my lord. I went straight up to bed in my own room at the attic.
Inspector Gregson, however, was met with a most blood-curdling sight. On Mr. Sholm's sofa, vanished Madame Rosie, motionless.
So the victim was already dead when you discovered her, Inspector.
No, my lord, not dead, but not far off it. You must have all her remaining strength to say these dying words. That rotter, Sholmes, will be the death of me.
Oh yes, I overheard that remark at the time too. Delivered in a rasping voice full of malice.
No! Those words indeed proved to be her last. Victim expired moments later, there on the sofa. Cause of death was identified as damage to the respiratory tract as a result of strangulation. Pray, does the accused dare to contest the inspector's account?
Certainly not. In fact, the inspector has done an unusually fine job of summarizing the salient points. Sholmes will be the death of me. Damning departing words indeed.
In her final moments, the victim named her killer. You, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Objection!
That is not dying!
The defendant had no reason to take the victim's life! Perhaps you could tell the court, Mr. Sholmes, who exactly this Madame Rosie was?
Ah yes, of course. Did I never mention her to you? I extended an invitation to her that evening, though she is loquacious in the extreme. Most trivial of matters quickly becomes a quarrel. I was only too pleased to leave her presence to Big C.
Great. It would appear then that the accused did in fact have a motive for sentencing his erstic guest permanently. Excuse me for one moment. Assuming that's just a synonym for troublesome or talkative. Other characterized by debate or argument. Yeah. Argumentative.
Objection! Putting that tenuous motive aside, what about the other mysteries surrounding the case?
I'm glad to agree with the defense. There remain a number of inscrutable details. Victim's alleged disappearance and subsequent reappearance leaving no trail of footprints, for example.
That's right. Crime described by the prosecution could never have happened.
The victim named the accused in her dying breath. Seems to me that my learned friend has overlooked a significant detail here.
Nonsense! What have they overlooked?
The man in the dock, the so-called great detective, all too frequently makes the following bold claim. There's no crime beyond the realms of possibility, no mystery beyond my powers of reasoning.
Ah!
If anyone could commit a perfect crime, it's this dumbass detective! So, Mrs. Sholmes, you'll have no difficulty in explaining how the crime thus described could have taken place. Therefore, I propose a toast. The great detective upholding his name.
Well, of course, were to put my mind to the matter, the crime would immediately appear to be all present to be entirely feasible.
Please, Mr. Sholmes, whose side are you on?
His own!
What you say is no, even I can't think of a way that crime like that could have been committed.
Let the accused's mission be noted by the court. Though the crime may appear impossible to us mortals of inferior mental capacity, this man alone claims to know exactly how it was done.
Hold it! Now hold on! That's a very fragile argument.
Thank you, counsels. I believe I've heard more than enough to proceed to my adjudication. Hughes' great detective did in some inscrutable manner willfully murder the victim, Madame Rosie. Therefore, I find the defendant guilty! Throw him in jail! Let this man be taken from this courtroom and in some equally inscrutable manner be sanctioned for his crimes. Was adjourned.
Really?
Hold it!
No, no, please let it in there!
My lord, please!
There's not the mystery surrounding this case. No, it's too late. Guilty. Get out of the courtroom. You're done. Mr. Sholmes is guilty. He will not be appearing in the sequel. Goodbye.
No to another besides the great detective.
What's this?
On my word, Mr. Naruto, you're coming along wonderfully. You've introduced a fundamental truth about this case, I believe.
Which would be detective?
The truth of this case is known only to the true culprit, obviously. Is that not so, Gregson?
What? Well, I suppose, yes. No, I mean, is it just that Mr. Sholmes... Have you an idea as to what actually happened that night?
Didn't he literally make it a point to be like,
Yes, I know how this crime could have been done. My dear fellow. I can explain the entire incident from start to finish without a single detail omitted.
oh, great deduction, great deduction, great deduction.
Objection!
Seems the detective has failed to grasp the situation.
Pray, Mr. Reaper. Which of us has truly failed to grasp the situation, I wonder?
Then answer me this. Claim that prior to the incident, the victim suddenly vanished without a trace from your room. If so, how exactly did Madame Rosie disappear?
Why, naturally, via the window. There's a jar, after all.
That can't be! There was a whole story above street level, and anyway, no prints were found in the snow!
There are any number of ways one could avoid leaving tracks in the snow, surely.
Such as...
Flying for his sins!
She just flew out. She just whoosh right out the window. Like a bust. Or a man on a rope.
A fortuitous, fascist notion. And to where do you propose the victim flew, Mr. Sholmes?
This is not entirely plain. To the culprit's abode, of course. Or having left my suite, that's clearly where Madame Rosie was murdered. Take a moment to consider the cruel irony, if you will. Her own volition, she flew directly to her death.
Objection!
You forget, detective, the victim's corpse was discovered on your own sofa.
No doubt because her killer carried her back there.
But what about the lack of footprints in the snow again, then? There just weren't any! Other than our own from when we returned home ourselves!
If by our footprints you refer to your own and mine, you are quite right. But there were those of another. On that question, there was one other person who could have conveyed the victim to my sofa.
What?
Gracious, to whom do you refer, sir? Though somewhat unveiling presence at the scene of the crime would be questioned by no one.
We just gonna accuse Gregson of being a criminal again?
Unveiling? Ah, you don't mean...
Indeed I do, and it was hastened to the scene directly upon learning of the incident at Scotland Yard. Namely... you, Inspector Gregson! When you arrived at my address on Baker Street, you were carrying the half-dead Madame Rosie with you. You waited for a suitable opportunity and laid the victim on my sofa. You didn't...
What?
Objection!
We were with the inspector when he arrived! How can he possibly have been carrying the victim? We would have noticed!
My dear fellow, a most obvious answer presents itself, does it not? The inspector is rarely, if ever, without his overcoat. The victim was simply conveyed in one of its many pockets.
Just stuck an entire woman in his pocket. In his jacket pocket. Flawless reasoning. Now to see what makes this detective great. I can say one thing with great certainty. Human body cannot fit into the pocket of an overcoat. That's no bag of holding, sir.
I believe we may have all fallen foul of rather significant misapprehension.
What?
Madame Rosie was not human. no one bothered to check if we were having a trial for a person? Beg your pardon?
Mr. Sholmes.
Yes, Mr. Naruto. Something troubles you, perhaps?
Whatever gives you that idea. Exactly what sort of creature was Madame Rosie?
It's not apparent already. A parakeet, of course!
Right. He did mention flying.
Huh?
A most self-conceited specimen, in fact. Parakeet? He was an incessant talker, I must say. Her manner was quite intolerable at times. Once it turned every conversation into a quarrel. I thought to strangle the creature on more than one occasion.
You had quarrel with a parakeet? They keep telling you not to forget DL6, is that what happened?
Of course! What else would she have chosen to fly from my window so uncordially that evening? To the above the inspector here beside me, no less!
Inspector Gregson's the bone? But why?
Because that was the parakeet's home, naturally.
What you?
Inspector was called away from town for some days, so it was arranged that I would look after the bird. It would appear that she was overcome with a sudden yearning for her keeper. Thus prompting her to fly from my comfortable suite to the inspector's office at Scotland Yard. Well, Gregson, I believe it's high time you explained. Gives your account of what happened that night. Sparing no details, of course. Why did this go all the way to court? Did Gregson not ever think to say any? What?
Inspector Gregson? It was an accident. I got back from being away that evening, you see. Walked through the door of my office. Never imagined Madame Rosie would be on our way back to the yard as well. I slammed the door shut behind me, just as she was trying to fly through it. So Madame Rosie... She got sandwiched between the door and the frame and fell to the floor. Never to move again. Because of me.
Why never?
I had to do something. This is when I was trying to think of a plan.
You fellas are talking about some incident at Baker Street.
Ah!
It had Madame Rosie in a hurry. I stuffed her in my coat pocket and got in the cab with the pair of you. What could possibly have motivated you to behave in such a manner, Inspector? Lord Strongheart, sir. What? Lord Strongheart? Please tell me you didn't hear that right. It's the Lord Chief Justice who asked me to look after the bird in the first place. It wasn't my bird. He lived with the pigeons of the Supreme Court till then. She was an honorary pigeon. She flew out with the rest of the pigeons. No! There will always be one less pigeon in the sequel. Apparently the other birds had started to pick on her. For the past 6 months or so, I've been caring for her in my office at the yard.
I see.
If anything happened to that bird, just imagine. No pain, no time off for the rest of my career. You mark my words, that's what's gonna happen. That's why
Well,
The victim's dying words, Inspector. You heard earlier that Madame Rosie spoke the name of her assailant on her deathbed.
that rotter, Sholmes, will be death of me.
Indeed she did. Quite uncalled for, wouldn't you agree? With those words, all your true feelings, are they not, Inspector?
Ugh.
Clearly you're speaking me often at your office at the yard in this disparaging manner. A manner that the merry parakeet took much delight in mimicking.
Well, come on. I mean, have you read this month's edition of Brands Magazine, eh? Sorry!
This is all absolutely true! You didn't think?
The boat is not. There's no autopsy report.
Wait. Something wrong, Lord Van Zeeks. No. Nothing.
It was all a dream, wasn't it?
Drifted off for a moment there. Try not to drift off. We've been kept waiting 3 hours already. It was all a dream. Okay. We'll manage to meet with Lord Strongheart all today. We need to deliver a report on the Winterbank case that he asked for on another day. Tell me, Inspector, what became of that bird? Ah, Madam Rosie, you mean? She had a narrow escape, but she's still alive. Delivered her back here not long ago, actually, on Lord Strongheart's orders. He's hoping the pigeons will accept her now. I think I was shocked to hear that she'd been crushed in the doorway of your office. Especially as we were all under the misapprehension that Madame Rosie was a person. That was real!
Sorry about that. It was Lord Strongheart's demand that...
Oh, good, you're here. I apologize for my tardiness. I'm exactly 3 hours, 24 minutes, and 57 seconds late.
Oh no, my lord! No, please don't trouble yourself. I think it's a great person standing here doing nothing for hours on end.
I mean, that sounds great for a job.
Pardoning. So, let's hear it then. Your report! Do these pigeons fly with a parakeet once again?
The bank trial's concluded. This is far from over. Seems our dark Far Eastern lawyer and I have some shared destiny. We will meet again, of that I have no doubt.
See that, Lord Van Zeeks? Did you? Madame Rosie was blind open on the pigeons there. Happy as Larry she was.
Larry? How do you know Larry?
It's like 100 years. It's like over 100. Why? It's like 200 years too early for you to know Larry.
Really, Inspector, you must be relieved. That was absurd. Achievement unlocked. Ace Aficionado. Woo! That was absurd. Okay, we're done here. I'm gonna end. I'm stopping now. I did initially think maybe I'd do something. I think last week when I was planning on doing this, I was thinking maybe I'd do something else since it was gonna be like a shorter stream. Well, I think really last week I really wanted to like raid into Jake, like do it right before VWA and raid into him, but then I was just dead tired from work. And I'm definitely sick. Also, I need to figure out this whole like monitor thing. See if that's something I can maybe solve. So yeah, we're calling it here. Good. Great. Let's see. Oh, fast. Yeah, a lot faster now. Part of the reason I did want to like stream this week, even though I am feeling a bit under the weather, is because I wanted to see it. Oh, well, I say that, but which still took a bit of time to actually. Well, and there's only one other person playing Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Definitely a lot faster, at least, so that's good. Health's a lot faster. I think I'm alone anyway. I don't know, I'm not feeling it tonight anyway. Just not up to it. I just want to go. I just want to get some rest now. Good. Thanks for joining me. I probably gonna be Persona 4 next time I stream whenever I feel like actually up to streaming again, whenever I feel not so sick. Cause that was definitely I don't like doing stuff while I'm feeling sick. Love stopping. yeah, next time I stream is probably going to be Persona 4. I might just start focusing on Persona 4 to see if I can finish that up. I don't necessarily. Here's the thing. I've been kind of thinking recently. This was always something I was kind of thinking, even like way at the start of the series. But I might do some shorter games before I move on to the second game, just to have something of a difference. Since I've been kind of on a major Persona 4 and Great Ace Attorney bends for the better part of half a year now. So I probably will throw in like a few games that I know are shorter before I move back on to Great Ace Attorney. Before I move on to the Great Ace Attorney 2. Just to have something different, just to see. I don't know. It's just something that I've been thinking recently. Might just do like a few shorter games, or until Persona. If I ever finish Persona 4, God, that's gonna be a long time, even in the best of circumstances. All right. But yes, thank you everyone for joining me, even if ever so briefly. I hope to see you for the next stream. See you then.